Arkansas to get it done. Can't say the same about a lot of other higher-seeded teams in the NCAA tournament. As many of yours, like mine, your bracket is done. But that's okay because Arkansas got it done last night, and we've got a lot to talk about it this morning here on a Fast Break Friday. Drew's going to be joining us live for Buffalo this morning at 8 a.m. Clay's going to join us at 7, and then we're going to have Scott Tabor to preview this SEC series that you've got in front of you against Kentucky in Baum Walker Stadium this weekend. Some great NCAA tournament games that went on yesterday. We'll see some today and this weekend. We'll tell you what the game time is coming up on Saturday night as well, but a lot to get to here on a Fast Break Friday. A win is where we'll probably start.
and playing again is exactly where we're going to start. We're brought to you this morning by Burton Pools and Spas with the madness here. Burton Pools and Spas has maddening deals on above-ground pools. They're made by Doughboy, the #1 above-ground pool. Cash and carry savings start at $19.99 during March. Also, if you go with the semi-in-ground pools, you get a free robotic cleaner as well. They even have special deals on fully installed packages with up to $900 in savings and payments as low as $87 a month. Hey, it's the month of madness, and it's ready to go at Burton Pools and Spas, Springdale and in Fort Smith, and online at burtonpools.com. Yeah, I think all of our brackets after St. Peter's destroyed Kentucky last night in overtime and took that off the board. I don't think anyone's bracket probably is fully intact, but we're all in the same boat, I guess.
I'm not sad, though, that they did it. I'm sitting there at a table last night watching the game at Papa's, and half the table wants Kentucky to survive because they have them winning the national championship. The other half, like myself, who has them in the national championship losing to Kansas, like, I don't care. It's Kentucky with the chance to lose to a 15 seed. Give St. Peter's credit for what they did in a 6-point victory. Got it done. Went to overtime, and they just executed on offense, and that was something that several of the analysts pointed out was against that Kentucky defense. Every time that they needed to hit a big shot, they did. I wonder what's going to happen with Oscar Tshiebwe, if he's going to come back. He's got an NIL deal brewing that people have been talking about if he wants to come back to campus. For Cal, this is one of the worst NCAA tournament losses in his tenure, if not the worst. It's one of the worst program losses in Kentucky history. I know Arkansas fans, seeing that, you loved every minute of it last night.
Oh, it was great. And then Arkansas is, a lot of us probably wiping the sleep out of our eyes, looking for something with a lot of caffeine this morning as Arkansas polished it off about 11 o'clock last night with their win over Vermont. It was hard fought, about like what we thought it'd be. I thought Arkansas might win by a handful more points and cover that 5 or 5.5, but that doesn't matter. Arkansas won the game 75-71. Hard fought first 20 minutes. J.D. Note in foul trouble again. Devo Davis kind of bails you out by coming in and scoring, I think, 10 in the first half. So it was about what you expected. Arkansas got rolling. I think Note had 17 in the ball game, and all 17 points came in the second half. So his foul trouble I fear will eventually catch up to you when you can't play only a half with your best player. He did play with that third foul and then picked up that third foul early in the second half, but fortunately, you had a great night out of Amude, a good first half out of Devo Davis. Jalen Williams solid once again, and Arkansas, I thought, turned in a pretty good all-around effort. Wasn't their best first-half performance on either end, but good enough last night to beat Vermont.
JD can't throw in the ocean from distance, and if Arkansas is going to beat the likes of Gonzaga potentially in the Sweet 16, he has got to get going from behind the three-point line again. It was funny to hear Brad Nessler say, because he was talking about the game that he called Arkansas earlier this year, which was against the Wildcats, and say, yeah, JD will have a couple points. You look up, he has 17, and he ended, like you said, with 17 points. A lot of those coming at the free throw line. He was a lot more aggressive. They ran that pin down so many times, so Devo would act like he's setting a screen, cut through, and then Stanley would set the screen. Stanley would either set up in the post, go out to the three-point line, or JD would try to take his man off the dribble. It seemed like they ran that play 4 or 5 straight possessions at one point last night. And again, Arkansas, I thought at some point in the second half was going to put away, but give credit to the Vermont Catamounts for continuing to fight, continuing to claw, and continuing to prove why many people picked them to upset the Razorbacks. I, again, thought Arkansas would pull away. They did not cover. The Razorbacks did. Vermont covered, so at least you can take some solace if you pick them to cover that they did that. They just couldn't overcome Arkansas in the end and some of the talent that the Razorbacks have out on their court.
Nope, and, I thought, it's just about surviving and advancing. I mean, the teams don't care about the lines and all that. That's for fan picks, but I think probably most listing had Arkansas advancing on their bracket, and that's the other thing you're looking at this morning. So Arkansas will play New Mexico State, who upset UConn in one of those 5-12 matchups on the opposite side of Arkansas's regional bracket. So it's New Mexico State who had not won I think since 1970 or 79.
It's been that long
since they. Yeah.
Man.
So I heard that note after the game last night. So I don't know. It's kind of like information overload. I watched at least part of all 16 games yesterday and saw so much basketball. Trying to remember, did that come from that game? And I'm pretty sure it was New Mexico State that had not won a tournament game, and the WAC did not do well yesterday at all. But as a conference, but I think it was 1979 is the last time maybe they'd won a tournament game. So,
they got one last night, and they really wanted it against UConn. Some really good games that Drew got to take in Buffalo. A couple upsets that I know we're going to discuss with him about later this morning. I know Hog fans that made the trip to Buffalo, at least last night, made you feel like it was worth it. And hopefully on Saturday night at 7:40 is where you're going to play on TNT. I think Nessler is going to have the call again. You feel like that it's going to be a fun one coming up. How about Devontae Davis, Tournament Devo, having the game he did? You mentioned his 10 first-half points, and we've talked about how he was a pivotal piece in last year's NCAA tournament run, the fourth or fifth option. Well, he really took over. Musk talked about him in his press conference. We'll get to some clips of him coming up. But for Devo to have probably his best game of the season in a situation where Arkansas, outside of Stanley Umude, was struggling to look for offense, that was huge last night.
Yeah, you needed someone to pick up the slack in the first half, and Devo, I think I don't have my box score printed yet. I think he had 14 for the game, if I remember right, and 10 of those 14 in the first half. That's what's got to happen when JD finds himself in foul trouble. And Devo came off the bench and kind of made up the difference.
And delivered, yeah. JD, again, got it going in the second half. You hope he gets it going in the first half. Just has not looked well shooting the basketball as of late. I don't know what his issue is. He's still getting to the rack. He's still getting to the free throw line, but him shooting it like you're accustomed to seeing, it's just not looking the same.
Yeah, and he picked up one of those fouls early in the game on offense, with a player control. Seems like there's that first series of the game he had wasn't a foul, but it gets a little bit too aggressive, I think, early in the ball games defensively, and then he just barreled over a guy in the middle of the paint coming down to the rim. So those are some things that when you got to play 40 full minutes to beat maybe a Gonzaga next week, if you can survive New Mexico State, you're going to need him for 37 or 38 of those minutes. Hey, primetime fishing coming up, and be sure to take along the Bobby Garland Baby Shad with you. Have that in your tackle box. It's the #1 volume lure out of the 20 fishing brands made by Pradco. It's the Bobby Garland Baby Shad. They're made by the millions right here in Arkansas, and without a doubt, it's the #1 soft plastic crappie lure in the United States. You can put it on a light jig head or underneath the float, and you're going to find it will fill up the live well. Find it right now at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. It's the Bobby Garland Baby Shad. We will check in with Drew Barrett. He is in Buffalo. All of our coverage on the road with the Razorbacks is brought to you by Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort, by Big Red Stores, and by the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery.
Talk some more tournament games when we come back on a Fast Break Friday.
On the road to the Final Four with the Hogs is brought to you by Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Sportsbook, Arkansas Scholarship Lottery.
Support for the Hit That Line Podcast Network is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped recently launched the Ultimate Men's Hygiene Bundle, the Performance Package. Join over 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer to you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code HTL at manscaped.com. If my math is correct, that's about 8 million balls. And my family jewels just got added into that number because I just got my new Performance Package 4.0. And let me tell you what, guys, it is a game changer. If you're like me, you've tried other ways of daily grooming, of staying in shape, of when that time is right, you know what I mean, of how to make sure you look good down there. You've tried the razors, you've tried the knockoff brands, but it does not compare to what you're going to get in the Performance Package 4.0 by Manscaped. You're going to get the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer. You're going to get the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, the Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag for all your goodies. Trust me, I didn't think that there was going to be a product out there that was going to make it safe to go down there. But with the Lawnmower 4.0 and everything else that comes in this package from Manscaped, you're going to be shaving and grooming so much safer. Get that 20% off and free shipping with the code HTL at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use HTL. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Now that's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite. White perch, slab, sacalé, paper mouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Jason Aldean says there's only two means of salvation around here that seem to work: whiskey or the Bible, shot glass or revival. He doesn't want to be stuck in these two ruts. He needs something in between to fulfill his dreams. Hebrews 7:25 says, Jesus is able to save completely those who draw near to God through him. Don't trust your spiritual strut or placing your butt in a church pew or bar stool, because all three will lie to you. I'm Pastor Heath from Woodland. Think about it.
It's that time of year as college basketball takes center stage with the tournament finally upon us. If you're looking to wager this year, BetOnline is the #1 spot for all your updated odds and info, along with great contests, including the bracket contest, where you can have a chance to take home the top prize. Head over to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use our promo code BELIEVE to get started. That's BLEAV. BetOnline is your continued source for all your sports wagering needs, including live betting and your favorite Vegas casino games. Bet online, where the game starts.
In the area, Tony's Tire Service has been serving the River Valley for over 34 years. Come let our guys replace your tires with Cooper Tires and our service department to make sure the vehicle has the best brakes and alignments. Tony's Tire Service, 7200 South 28th Street in Fort Smith. Service you can depend on.
Late breaking news. Central Hydraulics has teamed up with Wacker Neuson to meet your ever-growing equipment needs. Wacker Neuson offers loaders, excavators, skid steers, telehandlers, and more. Central Hydraulics is also your Gates Hydraulic Hose Center. Stop by today at 6104 Highway 271 South in Fort Smith. Central Hydraulics, helping you move the world.
Live here at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, online at randallford.com. Audrey, you guys just won the best used car dealer. How are you able to do that?
Best of the best in the area, guys. That was voted for. It's because we take care of our customers. You get a great experience every time. I mean, and it's everything from the way we handle you here all the way to our mobile service van that'll come out and actually service your used cars at your house, man. I mean, we try to go above and beyond for our customers.
At Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, or online at randallford.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Good morning to the Morning Rush, everybody.
Nice feed inside and a slam by Trey Wade. All your favorite podcasts in one place. The Hit That Line Podcast Network. Brought to you by Breeden RV Center. Just search Hit That Line wherever you listen to podcasts.
So Arkansas's victory over Vermont by 4 yesterday was not the only great game on. There were a number of different upsets that probably busted your bracket. In some accounts, you were okay with it. Others, not so much. We'll talk about some of the great games we saw yesterday in just a sec.
Hey, we're not going to miss any of the tournament action, but while the games are going on, maybe you're missing your favorite series, sitcom, movie, or show that might be on. If you don't have a great whole home DVR from World of Wireless, you are missing out. And for less than $90 a month, you can be signed up and installed this weekend with a new dish system that puts 3 TVs in the house, whole home DVR, HD in every room, movie channels free for the first 90 days. One of the really cool features is the voice-activated remote that you get. So you hit a Google Assistant button right on the remote. You say, Arkansas Razorback games, and it will search and it will find, or you can say record Arkansas games, and it will find and search and record and do everything you want with a push of a button and just speak the command into the remote. Really cool. Free installation, $100 Visa gift card, and the best part of all is they'll lock in your price with a 2-year price guarantee. No inflation. Inflation-free for the next 2 years with Dish from World of Wireless. 877-305-DISH. Call now. Be installed this weekend with your local Premier Dish dealer. That is all at World of Wireless.
For Arkansas's tournament road, I was really hoping that Georgia State would continue on and beat Gonzaga. Gonzaga ended up stretching the lead and winning by 21 points, but that game was pretty tight with about 10 or so minutes to go.
I think it was about 8 minutes or so left in that ball game. That was kind of in that lull in the late afternoon where you were getting dinner ready or doing something. I was kind of keeping an eye on that in the background. I didn't watch. I watched parts of all 16 games yesterday and plan to do so again today. But Gonzaga made that pretty interesting for a while, and you thought surely it's not Lightning isn't going to strike again with a 1 seed. Little did we know what would happen with a 2 seed that feels like a 1 seed with Kentucky just a couple hours later. But Gonzaga stretched that thing out over the last 8 or 9 minutes and really put Georgia State away quietly. So if all you saw was the score, you really didn't know about that game. That was a battle for 30 minutes.
First game of the day was Michigan and Colorado State. It looked like Colorado State was going to end up winning that game. But give credit to Juwan Howard and Michigan. They ended up getting it done as the lower seed in the second half of that basketball game. And Hunter Dickinson's the big, tall 7'1", 7'2" guy. He is a force down low, and some other pieces around him kind of got going. So I'm curious to see. They'll play Tennessee in Indianapolis. That is tomorrow. And is that Eastern or is that Central Time?
I'm sure that's Eastern
time. So it'll be at 4:15 tomorrow. That'll be a fun matchup.
Let me check on that. The ESPN's website will update it by your local time. So 5:15 Eastern or Central. Let me look at the actual times, because sometimes ESPN's website will actually give you the actual local time for that.
I know my dad was happy being in Fort Worth. Baylor clocked the opponent that they faced off against yesterday. There were some big wins, and mentioned Tennessee. Tennessee played Longwood and throttled them as well.
4:15 Central.
4:15 Central. Okay, perfect. So there'll be some good games tomorrow. There'll be some good games today. And again, if you just missed our last segment, Arkansas plays at 7:40. Yeah,
7:40 tomorrow night against New Mexico State. So we'll have that for you. If your bracket is busted, because mine is, ties. No one's proud of where they're at, but you're proud that Kentucky lost. We will have a new round of our bracket contest. That's the really cool thing about our HitThatLine.com bracket contest that is presented by Crabtree RV, the Stadium Shop, and Buffalo Wild Wings. We'll have a fresh new 16-team bracket that you can fill out beginning, I guess, Sunday night after all of the games are done. We'll award the best first-round bracket after today. It'll be a 65-inch smart TV from Buy-Right Auto Sales. After the weekend's over, the best second-round bracket gets a $150 gift card to Swift's Jewelers in Fayetteville. The best 16-team bracket, you want to come back and fill this out. So you'll get a clean bracket with the remaining 16 teams. You get a custom window tinting from Harry Robinson Buick GMC and California Customs, and a $150 gift card to Frank Rowe Furniture. So plenty of reasons to come back and start from scratch with a fresh bracket here after all the games are complete on Sunday.
We'll play this several times throughout the morning, including this hour. Kentucky falling to St. Peter's. Here's Ian Eagle on the call. You might have to click that.
Which one did you want here?
Blue one.
All right.
Wheeler gives it up. Brooks, the jumper. No good. You can feel the madness. St. Peter's pulls off the upset. The Peacocks are giant killers. They defeat Kentucky 85-79. Cinderella lives in Indianapolis.
So that game was winding down as Arkansas was getting ready to crank up last night, and I was having trouble pulling away. Fortunately, I had two TVs kind of set up and ready to go, but Kentucky was up like 8 with like 3 minutes to go or some number like that, and they just messed the bed, man. That's all you can say about Kentucky. Give St. Peter's credit, but when you're Kentucky and you're up 2 possessions with a few minutes to go in the ball game, you're not supposed to lose. But you know what else? St. Peter's is supposed to fold a little bit and say, well, you know, we gave them hell
Our
today,
best shot,
but
yeah.
they didn't. They got it to overtime, and then in overtime, Sheboy makes like 3 plays to begin overtime, and you're like, well, here they go. Kentucky's finally going to get some sense of urgency and pull away, and then St. Peter's makes about 3 plays in a row. Now they've got a lead by 1 or 2. So, I mean, give credit to St. Peter's, but man, Kentucky did everything you had to do to lose that ball game last night, and they did.
I think it was Eater was the guy that a lot of people fell in love with. He was knocking down some clutch three-pointers. Doug Eater is his name. He had 20 points last night, including, again, some pivotal threes. To watch Kentucky fall, even though it screwed up my bracket, I'll take that every single time.
I put on Twitter, I'll sacrifice my bracket right now in order to see Kentucky lose, and that's exactly what ended up happening. So I think a lot of people, that one got a lot of activity on Twitter, so I think a lot of people agreed with that.
I think Ashley Judd and Matt Jones, the Kentucky Sports Radio Matt Jones, you just feel for him this morning.
Yeah, I feel bad.
Spring camping season is almost here, and the folks at Razorback Camper Sales, they are ready for you. They have a huge selection of travel trailers, fifth wheels, and pop-ups, and they also offer full prep and setup at no extra cost, so you can leave the lot and start camping immediately. You're going to have access to the best parts and service department in the state, and it's the oldest family-owned RV dealer in Arkansas. They've been in business for over 50 years. Come see why our customers are always happy in Hot Springs or online at RazorbackCamperSales.com. When we come back, Scott Tabor previews this Kentucky series. Plus, let's hear what Muss had to say after the win.
On the road to the Final Four with the Hogs is brought to you by Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Sportsbook, Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, and Big Red Stores of Arkansas.
Standard Materials Group has immediate openings for ready-mix drivers in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you have a CDL license without an automatic restriction and want to be home every night, want to work with a company that offers great pay, benefits, and a great team environment with growth opportunities, apply today at jobs.crh.com. Again, that's jobs.crh.com. Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Finding your niche is key to making it in today's world. Hi, this is Brett Goo with Henderson Phillips. I found my niche in the NFL for 10 years as a long snapper. Now I've found my niche with Henderson Phillips, helping business owners and executives get the most value for top dollar on employee benefits. I am Brett Goo with Henderson Phillips. Call or text me today at 479-651-2292. That's 479-651-2292.
Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer opens like every other seltzer, pours like every other seltzer, but it's not like every other seltzer. USDA certified organic, no added sugar, and low cal, so you've never seen another seltzer quite like it. And with new refreshing flavors like black cherry and watermelon strawberry, you've never tasted one like it either. Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, as real as it tastes. Enjoy responsibly, not a low-calorie food. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, IRC Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
State sales tax paid on every pre-owned vehicle on the lot, now through the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. You heard right. State sales tax paid on pre-owned vehicles at Harry Robinson. You'll save hundreds, even thousands, with sales tax paid. This sale does not apply to previously negotiated deals. Don't miss your chance to get your state sales tax paid now through the end of the month on every pre-owned vehicle on the lot. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 at Fort Smith.
New for 2022 and in stock now at the Golf Nut. Tailor-made stealth carbon face driver, Cobra LTD X Woods, hybrids, andirons, and Callaway Rogue ST driver. The Golf Nut has a great selection of golf bags, balls, shoes, and apparel. And in stock now, the new Puka headwear, pigs, pokes, and boomer hats. As always, check Facebook for daily specials. All this and more at the Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith, your #1 golf shop since 1994.
It is here, fast, reliable internet from Wave Rural Connect. Cedarville, Uniontown, Natural Dam, and surrounding areas get fast fiber internet, TV, and phone service from a local provider you can trust based in Ozark, Arkansas. Internet starts at $49.95 a month, TV at $43.99, and phone at $29.95. Order now at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Do it now. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
It's time to get in the game, Fort Smith. Hi, Coach Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources. I'm a maniac for March basketball, but if I'm going to catch all the games, I need your help. So I've cooked up a 3-point plan to help you rebound from your old ride. 1, pick the perfect car for you from our huge inventory of Rath Road-ready vehicles, each one hand-picked and inspected in our Meineke Car Care Center. 2, pass me your old ride. 3, I'll come in with the assist and give you up to $3,300 more than appraised value. So if your old ride makes you feel second string, slam dunk your junk and start driving better today in a nicer, newer car from Rath Auto Resources. Keeping the car you have? Get it ready for spring in our Meineke Car Care Center with a free AC check, half-off brakes, and buy 3, get 1 free on all tires. But hurry, this deal's done at the buzzer. Only at Arkansas's favorite used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online at rathauto.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price determines actual trade allowance. Negative equity may be refinanced. Offer absolutely ends March 31st, 2022.
Honey, I found a great new house for us to buy. Look at the photos.
Yeah? Who's gonna clean that big house?
We'll hire a housekeeper.
And who's gonna mow all that grass?
I will, on the weekends.
And who will get the kids to school?
We'll start a neighborhood carpool.
You thought of everything, didn't you?
Yep.
Except, who's gonna sell this house we're living in now?
Nick and Ellie Glidewell. nickandellie.com. Equal housing opportunity, Sagely and Edwards Realtors.
Are your real estate investments being properly managed? Are you sending a check or cashing a check each month? If you're tired of your current property managers, then call Trinity Multifamily. Trinity will qualify your tenants and leases, inspect your properties, and take care of maintenance and provide you with web-based access to current financial reports, leases, and pictures of your property. Call Trinity Multifamily at 479-452-1817 or online at trinitymultifamily.com. Trinity Multifamily, your teammate in the real estate game.
Live here at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, online at randallford.com. Audrey, you guys just won the best used car dealer. How are you able to do that?
Best of the best in the area, guys. That was voted for. It's because we take care of our customers. You get a great experience every time. I mean, and it's everything from the way we handle you here all the way to our mobile service van that'll come out and actually service your used cars at your house, man. I mean, we try to go above and beyond for our customers.
At Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, or online at randallford.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Davis with the left hand, 3 goes. Devontae Davis.
Streaming live at hitthatline.com.
We're going to talk to Scott Tabor coming up in just a bit. More Razorback basketball headed your way. Eric Musselman, what he had to say after last night's win. Here, Devontae Davis and Brad Nessler talking about your sophomore shooting/point guard at times out of Jacksonville. Tournament Devo, as one of my friends, Spencer, dubbed him at the table last night. He played every bit like we saw him play at points last season in the NCAA tournament. Needed every one of his points. Thank you, Devontae Davis, for coming up big for this Arkansas Razorback basketball team. We'll talk more about that coming up, we are going to spend some time with this baseball team here.
Yeah, because SEC play, speaking of Kentucky, SEC baseball play begins this weekend with Kentucky. Hey, you may be headed up for a baseball game. Get by Sassy's Red House and Sassy's Barbecue and Grill. It's the place for hungry baseball and basketball fans this weekend. They have award-winning smoked wings. We love the honey sriracha here on the Morning Rush. Tender brisket, pulled pork. Try the sweet potato tots as your side with any of the great stuff, whether it's a sandwich or a platter. It's all at Sassy's original Red House on North College and Sassy's Barbecue and Grill on Steamboat Drive, just off of the Weddington exit in Fayetteville.
Scott, good morning. Let's talk a little baseball with you, buddy. Kentucky, Arkansas, first SEC series of the season in Baum-Walker Stadium. Arkansas hadn't gotten off to a great start in the first two series at home, but have kind of figured out the bats a little bit. What are you expecting out of Razorback pitching and hitting against the Wildcats starting tonight?
It's kind of hard to know what to expect. The team right now is kind of paralleling the basketball team as far as the way Musselman's teams kind of take a little time to gel and to figure out what parts go where. I think Van Horn's kind of having a lot of issues with that this year. The veterans from last couple of years' teams, Battles and Moore, they haven't really performed to where you would think that they would be at this point in their careers. A lot of the new guys are kind of stepping up and filling those voids. And if you look at the end of the game scores, they're coming out okay right now, but they're kind of inferior, you would hope, inferior to what SEC play is going to be. I think they're going to be okay. They've got a lot of talent, and Dave said that at the beginning of the season. This team is just loaded with talent, but looking good on paper and looking good on the field. The results, baseball's a result-driven game, so they got to come out and do it.
Peyton Stovall's the star-studded true freshman. He had back-to-back 3-hit games against Grambling. How long does it take a freshman hitter? And I want to talk more about pitching with you coming up, but when it comes to transitioning from high school and Legion ball to collegiate baseball, especially in the SEC, how long does that take to really get behind?
Great hitters are great hitters. And they're great because they have that one little something special that nobody else has. And Stovall has that. In my era, I grew up playing with Kevin McReynolds. Kevin McReynolds had that. He has always been a great hitter. But there's a little bit of a time where, you go from guys blowing it up there at 80 miles an hour versus guys blowing it up there at 95 miles an hour. There's a little bit of difference. Your decision making has to be quicker. Everything has to be a little quicker. It all comes down to getting the barrel of the bat right where the ball is at the exact same time on the right trajectory, and a lot of little things that have to happen. But he's coming around. His swing looks totally different now than it did 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, he was really struggling. You could almost see him guessing on pitches, and he wasn't guessing right. Now he looks more relaxed. He's seeing the ball and hitting the ball, which is what it really comes down to. So I think he's really coming around. Like I said, you like to see the veterans. Some of them look like they're just not swinging the bat well. And that just because it could be an eye issue. A couple of years ago, I think Carson Shetty got glasses right in the middle of the season. A couple of players did, and it helped. But there's an adjustment period even in that. So I think they're coming around. Hopefully they'll get through this weekend. Kentucky will continue to have just a bad run here, starting last night and then go Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday. So now's the time.
Yeah, Clay. Let's talk a little pitching because Clay was kind of remind us. I think he's up listing this morning about your freshman year. By the end, you became the kind of the go-to guy, and you look at Hagen Smith, the lefty who has the best ERA on the staff right now. What do you see from the lefty from Texas right now and the start he's had with a 3-1 record in 4 appearances, 4 starts this year? He's at 2.66. What have you seen from his game as we head into SEC play?
It's funny my son and I were talking about the other day. Hagen has just a huge amount of potential and talent. He's a natural born pitcher. His stuff reflects his record. So he's doing very well right now. The only problem that I see once in a while, he gets a little bit of a funk, and it's because his delivery is not 100% repeatable. There's a lot of moving parts, and sometimes they get stuck in the wrong spot. Or he doesn't get his arm in the right slot, and then you see him just kind of chunking it up there. And that's when he gets in trouble. You'll see the innings that he gets in trouble. He stands up a little taller, and he just kind of flicks it up there because he's got such a great arm. Can't get away with that in college. So that's the only issue I see with him, and the longer he goes, I think the more into that slot he will get. But he's phenomenal to watch. I mean, his stuff just moves all over, and he's got the velocity where you can't sit back and guess right. Yeah. He throws 3 pitches for strikes. So when it all comes down to pitching, it comes down to throwing strikes, which is something the Razorbacks are having a little more issue this year than I've seen in a while.
Yeah. Arkansas started most series with Connor Nolan on the mound, the veteran that's coming back, trying to kind of restart his career again this year after injury last year and not playing at the same level. What so far have you seen from Connor out of Greenwood, Arkansas, that gives you some hope maybe for the SEC series that lie ahead? 10 big weekends starting tonight.
Yeah, you're starting to see, he as a veteran. Remember when he came in as a freshman, he was the next great thing, the best thing since sliced bread, because the potential is there. If you go to Arkansas, if you get a chance to be recruited at Arkansas, you've got great stuff, and you've been doing it for a long time. When you get to college, there's a little bit of adjustment. Your body's changing. You're starting to mature. There's a lot of things strength-wise and durability-wise, because now you're playing baseball every single day. You're throwing every day. You're running every day. You're lifting every day. And so there becomes a little bit of a grind that the younger kids have a little trouble with. Connor's at that point in his career. He's been around a while, and we know he's got the talent. He's had some injuries he has to work through. And for a pitcher, any little small injury, a bone doesn't have to be sticking out of your arm. We go, yeah, you're hurt. There's could be one little tweak. I think he had a forearm
or a sneeze.
Yeah. Right, I know. Yeah, and it's strange. It's like a golf swing. You could tweak your neck just a little bit, and all of a sudden you're running it down the line, playing tin cup. But I think Connor is going to be that veteran presence that you need. You're going to get the best effort from him, and he's a grinder. And as long as he can keep the ball low, and that's the key to his game. As long as he keeps the ball low and doesn't start missing up, he's fine. Gets a lot of ground balls, and he's going to have the occasional long ball. When he gets it up just a little bit, if he elevates it, it's gone. But I think he's going to be the calming presence, I think, for that staff. And there's so much talent, and then I watch him get out there and struggle a little bit, and it boggles my mind. Of course, I'm sure that was said about me when I'd get out there and throwing it, knocking, killing mascots. So
Norm never said that about you.
I'm not going to tell you some of the things Norman said.
They're not airable, are they?
No, not really. Yeah. Not then and not now.
Scott Tabor with us here on the Morning Rush. Scott, Clay was telling us how he felt like Caden Wallace should have been on more All-SEC teams, maybe All-American lists this season, and he's been playing like it. I mean, he's hidden an unbelievable clip to this point. How much do you think he's elevated his stock the way that he started out 2022?
Well, he's probably got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. I saw him play in high school when he came here, and the first time I saw him swing a bat, he hit one out of our park, which is the first person I'd ever seen hit one out. And the ball just absolutely jumped off his bat with just a nice, easy swing. And he is that special athlete, very, very athletic. Doesn't matter where you put him, he's going to excel. I think he's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, being left off some list. Whether he says it or not, you go, okay, I'll just get out and show you. And that's the best way to earn honors. You can be on all the preseason lists you want, but that doesn't mean you're going to have a great season. You still can't. You can't just throw your hat out there and it happen. We're seeing that with Bob Moore. Unbelievable talent, but he's just got to get going with the bat a little bit. His fielding will always be there. His defense is what he hangs his hat on, but he's also a really, really good hitter. And I think they'll come around. I hope it comes around. But yeah, back to Caden, I think you're going to see an All-American season from him if he can stay healthy. There's little tweaks happen in baseball because it's such all your movements are dynamic and twitchy. So hopefully it'll pan out.
Yeah. Have you had a chance to go to the ballpark this year? I know it's early and we're just beginning SEC play. And the reason I ask is the new building out in right field, the new Hunt building that is just fabulous, and it was under construction last year. I just wonder, with a baseball eye like yours, be a pitcher like you were, or looking through a hitter's lens, how does that change things with the winds? Clay was talking a week or two ago about when the snow came the shadows from that building out in right field caused that part of the field probably to take a little longer to thaw out, and the grounds crew had a little more work to do. Do you see through a baseball lens, through the baseball eyes, how that building potentially could change this ballpark at different stages of the season?
I think the only time it will is if there's a big wind coming out of right field. I mean, a big wind coming out of right. Or normally if you hit it there anywhere in right, line drive, high ball, it wouldn't matter. It's not going to go. I think you might catch one here or there on a low line drive home run that'll get out of the park. Then again, it kind of creates a little funnel between the scoreboard and the right center gap between the scoreboard and the building that wind kind of gets, ratcheted up right there. So you don't know, and you won't know until later in the season when you catch those games. And, a guy hits a blast and goes into his trot, and second baseman catches it. So you never really know how it's going to turn out. But I think it's a wonderful building. We took a tour of it, and you can't just say anything but wow when you walk through it and think, as a player, if you can't get better here, you can't get better anywhere, because it's all the tools you need. All the tools you need are right there. And so it's then it just comes into effort, and from everything you read, the effort's there.
So
but you still have to take it out to the field.
The extra boost in recruiting with that building might be worth it for any change in the wind direction, particularly later in the year. Say about June. Yeah. All right, before you go, what do we need to be watching for this weekend? These are the beginning of the 30 games that count the most. What's important this weekend as you take on Kentucky?
Well, the first conference games count as much as the last conference games, so you can't say, well, we'll wait till later in the season to really dig in. You win all three of these, you're up on your opponent. So the key is the way it always is every year we say it, the key is throwing strikes. The pitchers have to get out there and pound the strike zone. I think one of the issues they're having is finding somebody they know is going to get out and slam the door. They know exactly what they're getting when they put them on the mound. So they're still learning that. I think there's going to be a lot of plug and play. There's a lot of lists going. They're going through a lot of lists right now, and him, no, not him, yeah, maybe, I don't know. So I think throwing strikes is the biggest thing, and the hitters hitting with those runners on. They had trouble with it early, and they're finally kind of coming around. You got guys on second base, you got to get them in. So I think that's the key.
All right, Tabes, good to hear from you again, and
we
look forward.
Too.
Good. Look forward to our chats here as we're kind of transitioning from basketball into baseball, and we'll visit with you each Friday moving forward.
Well, we'll transition. Hopefully, we'll transition. It'll take 3 or 4 more weeks before we're done with it.
All right. Yeah, exactly right. All right. Enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you next week.
All right.
See Scott Tabor, former Razorback pitcher, with us here on the Morning Rush. Hey, I know a lot of people are waiting till the weekend to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, pub crawls, and a whole lot more that will be happening over the weekend. If it's your turn to be the designated driver, take that role seriously. Don't consume alcohol, not even one drink. Don't depend on the luck of the Irish this weekend. Please remember, drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Arkansas Highway Safety Office.
Let's get back to Arkansas basketball. Eric Musselman got a chance to speak with the media last night. Here is what he had to say about getting that first crucial win.
Obviously when you're a higher seed, especially I think in the first game, there is an added element to it for sure. And then I think once you get that first game, it is just playing. Last year, it was Oral Roberts that we had to play as a progress. They were a lower seeded team, but we didn't feel that pressure like we did in game 1 against Colgate. Just like tonight, I think there is a little bit of extra. Just getting the first win, it's the hardest one to get in my opinion.
It was dicey at times. JD Notte was in a funk and foul trouble in the first half. You had some missed opportunities. You didn't feel like that they were getting all the way to the rim, that they were settling for three-pointers and other uncharacteristic shots. But the second half was a different outcome for Arkansas.
Did you feel like the ball was getting stuck at times against that man from Vermont? It just seemed like the ball would, like you said, you couldn't get to the rim. Just seemed like the offensive flow wasn't there.
Sticky.
However you want to phrase it. But it seemed like the ball was getting stuck against that man and not moving around quite the way we've seen that free-flowing offense go at times.
They need to have more passes against New Mexico State, who's going to be confident against the Arkansas Razorbacks when they take them on tonight at 7:40 on TNT. This is a team that just beat UConn, and they think they can beat Arkansas tomorrow. So you got to pass it a little better. JD's got to be able to shoot it a little better from distance. Again, he was getting to the line, getting the free throws, but you just need him to knock down some outside shots. And again, thank you, Devontae Davis and Stanley Mude. Stanley, that is a difficult situation. First NCAA tournament game. Musselman was talking about it yesterday, how locked in and focused he was leading up to tip-off. And with a 20-plus point performance, you saw that you're glad you brought him over from South Dakota in the offseason.
Absolutely. And, I just think Arkansas is going to have to continue to when you look down the box score, like let me grab it here this morning, you're going to have to find 4 or 5 players, 3 or 4 players. You got 4 in double figures again today. That's who Arkansas has become. Probably not playing great for 40 minutes, but the last 10 or 12, that's when they played great. And that's what I think that's the way Musselman set it up. I mean, that's what he said after the game last night was, the last 10 minutes are the most important 10 minutes of the game. He's going to conserve foul trouble and plan around that with J.D. Note in particular. So how they play the last 10 minutes it has and will continue to define this team. I just don't, maybe New Mexico State because you get to take on a 12, but if you're lucky enough to survive this weekend, you're going to have to play for 40, and you're not going to be able to just, all right, time to giddy up with 10 minutes to go in the game. That at some point, you're going to have to play 40 full minutes.
Against a Gonzaga team.
At the level you're capable of.
Yeah. I want to see, and I know Drew's going to be cheering on his Memphis Tigers where they take on Gonzaga tomorrow. I do want to see, assuming that the Bulldogs advance, what kind of strategy Eric Musselman implements, assuming Arkansas advances against New Mexico State, against Gonzaga. He'll have a good number of days to get ready for that game, and that'll be a fun one in San Francisco, assuming Arkansas wins. But you do have a game tomorrow night at 7:40 again on TNT that you're really excited about. And I'm really excited about just to watch games the rest of the day and see what other games will be upsets, will turn out. You thought at one point Arkansas was going to turn into upsets, but luckily Vermont couldn't hit any free throws last night. You got the box score. Where they end up shooting from a free throw percentage
for the game, 10 of 17, they were 58%.
Jeez.
In the second half, they were 53%, 7 of 13. So Arkansas was 80%, 20 of 25. Huge difference in the number of FTAs last night. Arkansas had 8 more attempts at the free throw line.
That's what Arkansas does. They get to the line, and for the most part this season, they've been knocking them down. And when you look at that disparity, 80% relative to 58, 17 compared to 25, that's a big deal. That's
more about the number than the percentage. I mean, those extra 8. I mean, and the fouls were pretty much even. I mean, Vermont was called for 21 fouls. They had to commit a few fouls there at the end trying to stop the clock. Arkansas was called for 19 fouls last night. But Arkansas makes the fouls that they draw count for more because they're just more – rim-focused, rim-driven with their offense. So
give credit to Ryan Davis because he was great. I will say this. Eric Musselman was talking about how they switched up the screen and roll. They just kind of switched it, and that was their third option. He said there was point A, point B, and point C, and they ended up having to roll out point C where they just switched it. Davis, listen to this. He didn't have a field goal in the final 13 minutes. What did he end up with in the game last night?
Davis had 20, and so did Shungu. They both had 20 in the game. And this game pretty much played out like I laid out yesterday morning. The top 2 for Vermont versus your top 2, if you were considering Williams and Note as your best 2, which I was.
They outplayed
Vermont probably outplayed you with their top 2. The difference was Devo Davis in the first half, a Moody for the ball game who played all 40 minutes of this one and had 21 points to lead all scores. That was the difference in the ball game. Is Arkansas's bench points outpaced them by 6, 16 to 10. But you look at the turnovers and the points off turnovers, Arkansas got it there. But it was about players 3, 4, 5, and 6 being better for Arkansas at the end of the night than Vermont's 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Because Stanley and Devo both had big-time games. Did anyone else on Vermont have double digits?
One other player, Mazzulla, Justin Mazzulla, their other guard, had 13. But that was it. That was the scoring for them.
So you had 2 guys with 20 and then 1 guy with 13 for Vermont. And then Arkansas, Stanley had 21, JD had 17. How many
all
Devo
in the
have?
second half. Devo had 14 in the ball game,
Okay.
10 of those in the first half last night. So, I mean, It pretty much played out like we thought it would, that, hey, Arkansas's, you don't think about Arkansas as a deep team because they don't play 9 or 10 or 11 deep, but players 5, 6, 7 were just better than Vermont's players 4, 5, 6, 7.
And Arkansas didn't turn the ball over. That's what I think.
Good point.
Jeff or who's
had 5 for
David,
the game,
David
but they didn't
South
force a lot of
Arkansas.
turnovers either. I mean, Vermont only turned it over 6 times, Arkansas 5 times last night. So turnovers just weren't a big factor in this ball game, and that's why when you look at points from turnovers, Vermont had 1. 1 point, Arkansas had 9, and normally Arkansas is going to feast on that a little bit. So I think you had to back off on defense a little bit, and Vermont just handles the ball well. They take good shots, and they don't turn the ball over, and you knew that going in, and that's what they did last night.
What did you think? 877-377-6963. You can call us. You can text us. We're reacting here on a Fast Break Friday. You can also comment on Facebook. You can comment on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch.
All right, Charlie is in Camden. Charlie, good morning.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
We're well, man.
I remember yesterday you talking about your nerves going into last night. I tell you what, in that building in particular yesterday, there were upsets happening all freaking day. So yesterday in general is just, Tommy, you talked about the 4 seeds being better than the 13 seeds. The thing about these tournaments, I think that a lot of people forget, and I know we understand that we do play in the SEC. We do play in a better conference than a lot of these mid-major teams. But one thing about these mid-major teams that makes them tougher when you think about it, when they come into these tournaments, all these guys that they have on their team, they've been there for a couple years. They've been playing together. Mm-hmm. Most of them are juniors and seniors. And, it's just they know how to play together. And that team that we played last night, with that 5-out offense, that honestly it is a really difficult offense to cover, especially like you said, Tommy, that all those guys can handle the ball. They all took care of it, all their dribble handoffs, and they're well coached. And sometimes we don't give these mid-major teams enough credit because, and I'm not saying that I think Arkansas went into that game respecting the heck out of them. I really do. I think, they watched the tape and they said, oh, my God, these guys can play. I don't care who they played against. These guys can play. And you saw it all day yesterday. I mean, You step on that floor in this tournament, you can be beat.
Yeah. Charlie, appreciate it. Got to leave it there. And, when you're Vermont or you're a 13 seed or a 12 seed, what do you have to lose? You can play loose. I mean, if your coach gets you in the right frame of mind, there's no reason to be uptight. So appreciate the call, Charlie. We're brought to you by Standard Materials Group and APAC Arcola. They need ready-mix drivers in Northwest Arkansas, Harrison, and in Fort Smith. So if you have your CDL license without an automatic restriction, you want to be home every night, work with a great company that offers great pay, benefits, and a great team environment with growth opportunities, sign-on bonus, profit sharing, and more. Apply today. Do it this weekend. Just get to jobs.crh.com. Again, that's jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group, they are equal opportunity employers.
When we get back, Clay will react to this next.
Level up your outdoor space today at your #1 source for backyard fun, Burton Pools and Spas. Cash and carry above ground pools start at only $19.99. Get up to $900 off in-stock models. Take advantage of upfront savings and low operating costs with a Doughboy semi-in-ground pool. Book yours now and receive a $600 robotic cleaner for free. Create the backyard of your dreams at an affordable price at Burton Pools and Spas in Fort Smith and Springdale.
Hardworking simplicity and serious durability. That's the winning combination you get when you pair a rugged Workmaster utility tractor with a DuraDisc heavy-duty disc mower, both from New Holland and Williams Tractor in Fayetteville, Berryville, and Bobcat of Northwest Arkansas. You'll maximize the tonnage of your hayfield by slicing a clean, close swath up to 10 foot 4 inches wide, all while operating in confidence and comfort with a Workmaster tractor with high visibility all-weather cab. Stop by Williams Tractor in Fayetteville, Berryville, and Bobcat of Northwest Arkansas today to learn about this unstoppable New Holland team.
Thanks for calling Toyota. This is Jan. How can I help?
Hey, Jan. Say, is now a good time for a new Toyota?
You bet it is. Now through April 4th is the perfect time to shop for a RAV4, Tundra, Tacoma, Corolla, and more.
Amazing. I was just thinking of a RAV4.
Well, imagine yourself in a RAV4. Where would you go first?
Okay, I've just got my RAV4. I am picking up my friends and going out to lunch to celebrate.
Perfect. A bistro? A deli?
Skinny Al's Barbecue.
Whoa, okay. I love barbecue.
Huh. Well, then you should imagine yourself digging into the best ribs you've ever tasted.
I'm imagining you inviting me.
My imaginary self thought you'd never ask.
Let your imagination run wild at your participating Toyota dealer. Whether you're imagining yourself in a sporty Camry, versatile Highlander, or the spacious Venza, now's the time to ready, set, go get your Toyota today. Toyota, let's go places. Dealer inventory may vary.
At Southern Tire Mart, we look out for you and your vehicle. Come visit us for America's most trusted brands like Michelin Tires and top-of-the-line service. You can depend on Southern Tire Mart and Michelin Tires to keep you rolling. Come see us at Southern Tire Mart, just off I-540 exit 14 in Fort Smith, for Michelin tires that fit your needs and service that cares for you like family.
Carco Auto Sales takes great pride in serving Fort Smith, the River Valley, and eastern Oklahoma for over 40 years, offering a variety of quality, late model, low mileage vehicles at unbeatable values. The friendly and knowledgeable staff can help you find the car you deserve, priced to fit your budget. Carco Auto Sales will purchase your vehicle as well. Come see the team at 2810 Midland Boulevard or give them a call at 783-1722. Check them out online at buyfromcarco.com. Carco Auto Sales, when you're ready.
Head to toe, it's gotta be Gelco for hard work and the great outdoors.
With quality and price and comfort you like, and savings that you're looking for.
We've got the shoes and boots, steel toes too, outerwear and a whole lot more.
Head to toe, it's gotta be Gelco
for hard work and the great outdoors.
Spring is here and Breeden RV is having the first sale of the year. New inventory is arriving weekly and is immediately priced to sell. Just like new Keystone Springdale starting at $164 a month. Need something for your toys? Breeden RV has new toy haulers starting at $239 a month. And don't forget about the exclusive maintenance for life on all new RVs. Breeden RV also has the best selection of pre-owned RVs in the River Valley, fully prepped and ready to camp. Give the service department a call at 479-262-2418 and get your RV ready for a great year. Breeden RV, where adventure begins. See dealer for complete details.
Get back in there at once and sell!
Farm Credit has been a trusted friend for over 100 years. They are ag financing experts. So whether you're a longtime farmer, new to farming, or buying your dream home or land in the country, their experienced staff has a plan to fit your goals, needs, and your bottom line. From farms to land, livestock, equipment, and more, Farm Credit finances it all. Learn more at myaglender.com. Farm Credit is an equal opportunity lender.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One is a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren.
Live here at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, online at randallford.com. Audrey, you guys just won the best used car dealer. How are you able to do that?
Best of the best in the area, guys. That was voted for. It's because we take care of our customers. You get a great experience every time. I mean, and it's everything from the way we handle you here all the way to our mobile service van that'll come out and actually service your used cars at your house, man. I mean, we try to go above and beyond for our customers.
At Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, or online at randallford.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, sunshine. Our high this afternoon will be right around 75 degrees. Showers, a chance of thunderstorms, and low 50s tonight. Tomorrow, showers, a chance of some thunderstorms. Temperatures peaking early in the upper 50s, falling to near 50 for the afternoon. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Weather is brought to you by Ramos Roofing, specializing in all roofing needs. 479-420-9903.
You're listening to The Morning Rush, live from the Busch Light Studios on ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris Fort Smith.
Hey, really, really, really proud of you guys. Really proud of the way that you fought. Hey, way to fight, baby. Family on three. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
People who really want to have a good time won't come to a slaughterhouse. And we've got entirely too many troublemakers here.
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station.
I don't like you because you're dangerous. That's right. I am dangerous.
Streaming live from
hitthatline.com.
I hit the 7-iron like John Daly hits the 3.
This is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson.
You just got to keep living, man.
And Tommy Kraft.
We follow orders or people die. Are we clear?
The Morning Rush starts right now.
Yes, sir.
You heard the celebration commence in the locker room following Arkansas's victory over Vermont last night. It was hard fought. It was not easy, but this team got it done. I want to hear what Clay Henry, the publisher of Hogs Illustrated, Whole Hog Sports, thinks about it, and as well as you at 877-377-6963. You can get in here via call, via text throughout the morning on a Fast Break Friday, Tommy.
Yeah, before we talk to Clay, our good friends at Farm Credit remind you they can help you finance all kinds of recreational land. Turkey season's a few weeks away. Deer season will be back in the fall. Maybe you've got some property that is on a riverfront, and you can enjoy some duck hunting in the fall and winter months as well. Hey, whatever it is, and Farm Credit understands that's important to you, your family, and it can be handed down for generations. And that's why they have a new loan product that makes financing all sizes of hunting tracts quick and easy. Stop in your local Farm Credit office. Let them help you finance that hunting land before the next season rolls around. Find out more online, myaglender.com. That's myaglender.com.
Clay, just looking at this game last night, certain guys stepped up, specifically Devontae Davis and Stanley Amude. Eric Musselman was ecstatic following a tough, hard-fought win. What did you take away from the Razorbacks' victory last night?
Yeah, they beat a really good team, and they found a team that mirrored them in the way they play defense. In other words, they did not allow anything, on the dribble drive. And I thought they really had Arkansas scouted. They knew exactly the direction that J.D. Notae wanted to go with every dribble. And I thought that their defense, without overplaying anybody, was just terrific. Just sound fundamentals. And offensively, all five guys could handle the ball. You couldn't take their ability to penetrate away. They played downhill. They had a great post player, and I think it was a terrific victory against a very well-coached, outstanding team.
Yeah, and you look at – we were talking yesterday morning and see – I mean, it's kind of how it played out. The top two players for Chungu and Davis versus Jalen Williams and Note, I think actually Vermont got the edge when you just look at points in the box score. But
40 from two guys.
Right.
Yeah.
But in the end, what was the difference? Guys like Amude who led the scoring. It was players maybe 3, 4, and 5. And maybe Amude shouldn't be considered not one of the top two right now the way he's been playing lately. But you look at Tony, you look at Amude, you look at Devo Davis, and 10 in the first half gives you 14 for the game. When you talk about depth, sometimes we think about depth beyond your first five, but it's really the depth beyond your top two last night that proved to be the difference for Arkansas.
Yeah, well, specifically Devo Davis, 36 minutes.
Yep.
There's been games recently where you played him 5 minutes and he was so awful you had to get him off the floor, and he couldn't stay on the floor. And I thought he was under control offensively. Now, he took risk on defense and overplayed and gave up the lane. And the problem with covering Vermont is that you could not – Jalen Williams could not leave Davis. And so you had the ace in the hole all year has been Devo Davis – Jalen Williams being able to leave the postman and cover the lane, recovery defense, either to block shots or to take charges. I think he did get to take a charge late in the game. But this guy could shoot threes. He could shoot a hook shot. He could shoot a fall away. You just could not help with Jalen, and it made all of their especially Shungu, dangerous because you couldn't help. And their ability to shoot threes all across the board. Anyway, the point being is that they were really good 1 through 5, and I was really proud of the way Arkansas played and the way they held their poise when Vermont made a run. I think they scored 12 in a row. It was a terrific game to watch. I thought that the difference was just flat out free throw shooting. Arkansas made 20 of 25, and y'all talked about it already. 10 out of 17, and you have to shoot free throws in tight games. Kentucky didn't. They shot 1 of 6 in overtime in their loss to St. Peter's, and that was the difference in the game. Arkansas missed a couple down the stretch that could have helped, but they were clutch through the game. They led the rebounding. They only made 5 turnovers, and that they just didn't do anything out of character to give Vermont a chance.
Yeah, I mean, Arkansas they didn't have that many more fouls. I mean, Vermont had to foul some at the end, but Arkansas, we talked about this earlier, Clay, Arkansas only had 2 more fouls called in their favor. Vermont with 21 fouls in the game, Arkansas with 19, but the free throw difference is 8 more free throw attempts for Arkansas. Sometimes the percentages can lie to you, but the bottom line is Arkansas had more chances, they made more free throws, and it's 20 versus 10 that went in the hole at the free throw line. The difference in the ball game was 4 at the end. It's hard not to stare at that number on the box score.
I thought Arkansas was a little quick in their shot selection at times during the game. Settled for a shot really quick in the shot clock, and that's the only criticism that I would give them is that Chris Likes 0 of 3. I mean, it looked like he just fired him a couple of times. Obviously, J.D. Notae was not himself and looked like he tried to do too much. Settled down a little bit in the second half, played within himself. Finally realized he could not go right. He was going to have to go left, and that helped a little bit. But they just played with poise at the end. And when you saw at the end for the Kentucky game, that they lacked poise, they lacked the ability to finish, and Arkansas was steady as a rock in the last 2 minutes.
And both teams took very good care of the basketball last night.
Did.
11 combined turnovers, 6 for Vermont, 5 for the Razorbacks last night. This was a game where it wasn't sloppy at all.
Yeah, I think Arkansas has played in so many tight games this year in the SEC that they weren't fazed by suddenly being pushed by a lower seed. They held to themselves. In other words, they played the way they play. I think defensively, they had to make some adjustments on how they played the pick and roll because they could not turn. They couldn't turn Ryan Davis loose, and it really allowed some penetration that you don't like. But they did not. They cut down on threes. I mean, Vermont made 9, but they're capable of making 12, 14, and then you're not going to win the game. Yeah. But I thought it was fun to watch, guys, and it's great theater, the NCAA tournament. We missed it for so many years. I mean, this is just an enjoyable time to have the Razorbacks play like this on a big stage.
Just wish it had tipped off about an hour earlier. That's the only thing I can say sitting here.
Well, we just kind of have to fight through it, Tommy.
Yeah, we're just glad. It's tough on us old men here this morning. Hey, how's your business's website doing? Is it ready for March Madness right now? If not, you need to call the team over at Matchstick Studios at 479-755-3043. If you've opened a business recently, or maybe you have a small business, you've never really developed a website, or you inherited a business that you purchased from someone and you inherited that website and and it's not up to par, Matchstick Studios can work with you to get a great-looking website for $95 a month that has all the bells and whistles, all the features you need. SEO-friendly, hosting, SSL certificates, tech updates, and more with built-in support. $95 a month. You can't go wrong. 479-755-3043. That's 755-3043, or see more at modularorange.com.
When we come back, we'll hear from Eric Musselman, get into some other tournament games as well. We had some fun ones, including watching the Wildcats fall to St. Peter's.
On the road to the Final Four with the Hogs is brought to you by Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Sportsbook, Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, and Big Red Stores of Arkansas.
Get a free furnace when you purchase a qualifying new system from Ashley Air. And there is no down payment, no interest for 72 months on qualifying systems. And you get the Ashley Air Quality Assurance Guarantee, their 12-year parts and labor warranty. Get a free furnace when you purchase a new system from Ashley Air. Just go to AshleyAir.com to schedule your appointment. That's AshleyAir.com. Ashley Air is a proud sponsor of Razorback Athletics.
Finding your niche is key to making it in today's world. Hi, this is Brett Goo with Henderson Phillips. I found my niche in the NFL for 10 years as a long snapper. Now I've found my niche with Henderson Phillips, helping business owners and executives get the most value for top dollar on employee benefits. I am Brett Goo with Henderson Phillips. Call or text me today at 479-651-2292. That's 479-651-2292.
The Fence Man, the company you can trust when it comes to building quality fencing and gates, is looking for quality people to join the Fence Man team. If you are a fence builder or have building or welding experience, apply in person at 1213 North 32nd Street in Fort Smith. The Fence Man offers great pay and a $500 sign-on bonus. Join the top fence building team and get a $500 sign-on bonus. The Fence Man. Apply today in person at 1213 North 32nd Street in Fort Smith. The Fence Man is an equal opportunity employer.
Stop by your locally owned TGI Fridays in Fort Smith, where it's happy hour all day, every day. $4 cocktails, $5 wines, and $2 draft beers. It's free to join Fridays Rewards. Get free chips and salsa or $3 off any appetizer. And this weekend, get the madness kicked off with 25% off party platters and family meal bundles to go. Just go to Fridays.com to order. It's your locally owned TGI Fridays at I-540 and Rogers in Fort Smith.
State sales tax paid on every pre-owned vehicle on the lot now through the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. You heard right. State sales tax paid on pre-owned vehicles at Harry Robinson. You'll save hundreds, even thousands with sales tax paid. This sale does not apply to previously negotiated deals. Don't miss your chance to get your state sales tax paid now through the end of the month on every pre-owned vehicle on the lot. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 at Fort Smith.
March is here at Frank Rowe Furniture, and it's my birthday month. Since it's my birthday month, I'm having a big sale with hundreds of dollars off savings on furniture. Not only are we offering big savings, you won't pay a dime on sales tax. That's right, no sales tax on cash or finance prices. I'm not done. We are knocking off $25 on all deliveries. In-store no credit check financing, family owned and service after the sale. Frank Rowe Furniture, best seats in the house.
Planning to paint? Then shop Metters Lumber True Value for these great deals. Right now, Scotch Blue Original Painter's Tape is just $3.50 for the 60-yard by .94-inch roll. Or just pay $5.50 for the 60-yard by 1.41-inch tape. Or $6.50 for the 60-yard by 1.80-inch style. This multi-use tape removes cleanly without damage for up to 14 days after you paint. Pick up these bargains of the month while supplies last at Metters Lumber True Value.
At Mosquito Joe, we know there's lots of options when it comes to general pest control. But when it comes to mosquito control, let me tell you, there's a difference. At Mosquito Joe, we're not a jack-of-all-trades kind of service. We do one thing, and we do it right. Our licensed technicians are trained exclusively for outdoor pest control. So if you've got a mosquito problem, they'll solve it. Call 479-202-9960, 202-9960, or visit arkansas.mosquitojoe.com and get started for just $39.
At Southern Tire Mart, we look out for you and your vehicle. Come visit us for America's most trusted brands like Michelin tires and top-of-the-line service. you can depend on Southern Tire Mart and Michelin Tires to keep you rolling. Come see us at Southern Tire Mart, just off I-540 exit 14 in Fort Smith, for Michelin tires that fit your needs and service that cares for you like family.
Head to toe, it's gotta be Jelco for hard work and the great outdoors.
With quality and price and comfort you like, and savings that you're looking for.
We've got the shoes and boots, steel toes too, outerwear and a whole lot more.
Head to toe, it's gotta be Jelco
for hard work and the great outdoors.
Live here at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, online at randallford.com. Audrey, you guys just won the best used car dealer. How are you able to do that?
Best of the best in the area, guys. That was voted for. It's because we take care of our customers. You get a great experience every time. I mean, and it's everything from the way we handle you here all the way to our mobile service van that'll come out and actually service your used cars at your house, man. I mean, we try to go above and beyond for our customers.
At Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, or online at randallford.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game.
ESPN 95.3.
Good morning to the Morning Rush, everybody.
Mude, three. Got it. His second three-pointer of the night.
Watch the Morning Rush on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Just search Hit That Line.
Arkansas basketball defeats Vermont 75-71 last night. You took solace. You enjoyed it. But I'll tell you what else you enjoyed. Kentucky falling to St. Peter's in overtime. We'll play that audio coming up in just a sec.
We'll play it a lot coming up. Hey, the bloodline of any modern business is their computer network, the data storage, all the supporting hardware. If your computers aren't working right when you get to work today, it just ruins the whole day. Like, let's just go to the bar and watch games. I mean, because nothing's going to get done, right? So one of the most important aspects of your business, who handles that for you? Cybersecurity, malware, all these things that can infiltrate your office now and shut everything down. Call Daryl at Hashtag. He handles everything for us, like cabling and firewall routers, malware, cybersecurity, and more, VPNs, hardware. They do it all. 479-802-4978. Daryl even built a brand new computer for us. You know, got the parts, put the whole thing together, and built it exactly the way we needed here very recently. 479-802-4978. That's Daryl with Hashtag Technology Without the Headaches.
Wheeler gives it up. Brooks, the jumper. No good. You can feel the madness. St. Peter's pulls off the upset. The Peacocks are giant killers. They defeat Kentucky 85-79. Cinderella lives in Indianapolis.
What was wild about that game, Clay, is the Wildcats had several opportunities early, late, to extend and ultimately stretch that lead. They didn't do it, which Kentucky this season would give them that opportunity, especially being the extremely more talented team. They managed to do it. Why don't you think they were able to finish the job yesterday?
Yeah, just listening to some of the people that cover Kentucky on a daily basis. Their guards just haven't been consistent of late since they've been injured, and they're not the same team they were in the middle of the year. Tata and Wheeler both have been injured, and they didn't have the support at the guard position, and you're going to be exposed in the NCAA tournament at guard if you can't play, and they were. Yeah. You know, I thought St. Peter's guards outplayed Kentucky's guards, and simple as that. And they were. You had to get the ball over and over and over to Oscar Tshiebwe in the middle, and they couldn't do it down the stretch. He did not touch the ball unless it was a rebound, and they did a really good job of putting two guys on him and making somebody else beat him, and Kentucky couldn't. There were a couple of their supporting players that just didn't play well.
Drew got to witness Richmond upsetting Iowa. New Mexico State also beat UConn. That was the game right before Arkansas and Vermont. So there were several upsets yesterday, but nothing compares to seeing a 2 seed being dethroned and defeated by a 15 seed. And you mentioned St. Peter's guards. That I think it's Doug Eddard has also had a really good game for them. And seeing them fall, seeing Cal frustrated, I think every Arkansas fan, I don't know what mattered more, Arkansas fans watching their team win in the form of fashion they did, or watching Kentucky fall to a 15 seed as they did last night.
I said on Twitter, guys, that I would sacrifice my bracket right now, which has Kentucky in not only the Final Four but the championship game, to watch them lose. So brackets toast. Don't
okay.
care. I put a smile on my face. I don't know how far you took Kentucky in your bracket, Clay. I hadn't looked, but it didn't matter last night. As it was a joy to watch the 2 seed go down.
Oh yeah, I mean it's that's what it's. I mean, there's people that. I mean, this is Kentucky basketball, so you have to kind of put an asterisk by it. And, they had a great season, demolished Kansas in Fog Allen Fieldhouse, but losing in the first round to St. Peter's. And, guys, I got to admit.
All that you'll remember, yeah.
I didn't know who St. Peter's – never heard of St. Peter's until they got in the field, and I had to, look it up. Jersey City, Jersey. I had to figure out who are these guys, and I'm still not sure. I know, but they could really play, and obviously they had 2 or 3 shooters, and that's the recipe, right? The 3-point shot really evens things up in the tournament.
Right now, Drew is leading our ESPN Arkansas and HitThatLine.com team with 26 points, and he's at the top of the list. Derek and DQ are in last, and there's a bunch of us that are at 22 right now, so that's where the standings. If you have
it, won't matter. I mean, whoever didn't take Kentucky very far is the one that's going to have the edge.
I took them to the national championship, losing to Kansas.
Yeah.
I think we had the same line of thinking there. Let's go to the phone lines. 877-377-6963. Hadn't heard from this gentleman in a while. Our residential Vols fan outside of Bruce Stanton, Craig in Deer. Craig, good morning. Congrats on the win over Lawnwood yesterday.
Fellas, I only slept 9 hours last night, tore up about that Kentucky loss. And
tossing and turning,
so
huh?
Let me get the sleep out of my eyes here. Hey, I was going to call you. I finally got a truck that's got an antenna's whacked in that call. I tell you, I broke my antenna off in the car wash, and I've been waiting on this Tundra for weeks and weeks. Anyhow, but I got to go to Bud Walton for the UT Razorback game. Crazy story. I'll make it quick, but my son-in-law has hooked up with company tickets. Back in October, I said, hey, man, can you get those Tennessee-Arkansas tickets? He got them. Well, my wife says, you ain't going. You're not going there with COVID, blah, blah, blah. I said, and I thought, well, I'm going to go anyway. This might cause some grief. But thank God I caught COVID and got over it real quick. So then she told me I could go. And I'm telling you, man, I love SEC venues. Obviously, I'm a ball, but, man, I'm telling you, that is one heck of a place to watch a basketball game. And the Razorbacks took the balls down, and everybody was friendly. It wasn't like Florida where you get spit on. And I said, well, y'all come to our place in a couple of weeks. We'll see how it all goes. But I really enjoyed that. But, man, I'm telling you, it made my tournament yesterday to my son lives in Lexington. He's married to a Kentucky girl, so he has to send me covert messages in the middle of the game because he's trying to act like he's going for Kentucky. So. But anyhow, I just wanted to call in and say, hey, man, it's good. Nothing like a little March Madness.
How did you, Craig, how did you ever bless those nuptials knowing your son was going to go through holy matrimony and give his heart away to a Kentucky Wildcat?
Well, my whole life, you heard about they just arrested a guy in Lexington for trying to smuggle in books. That's not the most educated place there is in the world. So I thought, well, just is what it is. Nothing I can do about it. Or she's a beautiful girl, but buddy, she is diehard Blue Mountain. She actually has a company. They travel around and do autographs for. It was after guys that had already use their eligibility. She would stay right around Kentucky basketball and football players and do signings. And when that's all legal, I guess, because of NIL, I don't know. I haven't asked about it. But she is diehard Kentucky. But I just said, sometimes you just got to take one on the chin for the team.
Hey, they can get on with their spring break plans now. They don't have to worry about the Sweet 16.
That's right, man. They can turn to baseball. Well, no, they can't. They can turn to football, I guess. And we'll see. But anyway, good to see you guys. By the way, a plug for Alan over there at Big Creek Trading. I've met you guys over there, and I've been back in several times and have sent several guys. So that's the power of the sponsorship right there. Met a customer out of me. He's a great guy to deal with, so that's my plug for him. I'll leave y'all alone. Y'all have a great day. Go Vols.
Craig, thank you. So, I think anyone, and Clay, I'm not sure who outside of Kentucky, who roots for Kentucky. That'd be like nobody, So I think the nation rejoiced last night, just like a true Tennessee rival there, talking about his team's success. And the only thing better than watching your team win is watching your rival lose in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I think that universally, John Calipari is the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure he is a bad guy, but he's viewed as the cowboy wearing the black cap. So I can't tell you from year to year who their players are because their roster changes. I can't tell you who their bad guys are on their roster.
Who's hated more, Duke or Kentucky nationally?
I think it probably is Duke. Yeah, it probably is
Kentucky.
Duke. Kentucky would be second.
You kind of like Kentucky the year that Pelfrey and those guys almost beat Leitner. That was a different type of Kentucky team that you wanted to beat Duke.
You speak for yourself.
Duke has had so many more villains.
When you say you should say I.
Okay. Duke has had so many more villains over the years relative to those players that you can instantaneously say, I bleep and hate that guy. Bobby Hurley, Christian Leitner, Cherokee Parks, Grayson Allen. You can pick out some Kentucky guys, but you hated them because they kick your butt and score 20 or 30 on you. That's why you disliked them. The Duke guys were
I think some of it is their fans as much, Ty. It's not as much, their players. It's the arrogance of the Kentucky fans. And that's what does it, for me, for Texas. It's the arrogance of their fans. And Duke is the same way. It's like, it's when a team wins at a certain level, their fans become immune to thinking that they're ever going to lose and that they don't deserve to lose, and that if they do, they got cheated, and that's what the Duke and the Kentucky fans are.
Well, here's what's happening on Kentucky message boards right now. They're becoming unhinged. They're calling for Cal to be fired. They're calling for Rick Barnes to be hired in Lexington. If you've gotten a chance,
this sounds like Alabama fans after a football loss.
It's
just nuts.
Unbelievable.
Well,
what's going
Alabama
on.
football doesn't lose in the first round.
Yeah, it's unbelievable what's happening in Kentucky.
When they lose that one game a year,
then Saban will be on the hot seat.
That's exactly the same kind of rhetoric is coming out of Lexington that comes out of Tuscaloosa.
You go back to 2014. That's the worst Alabama team that Nick Saban's had outside of his first team in 2007, and they got lucky to get to the college football playoff based on how they played at certain points. They lose to Ohio State, and I remember how ticked off Alabama fans were in that, and message boards were coming unglued in Tuscaloosa. Now you're seeing the same thing, but to Clay's point, Nick Saban has had far less clunkers to an extent. We've had the Robert Morris game, which Kentucky lost in the NIT. This game, there's been others that Arkansas fans, you just love hearing about the Kentucky faithful going into a desperate panic, which it seems to be. And they're making excuses, too. And what's crazy, this is a veteran team. This is not, Clay, you mentioned the flip over and stuff. Look at their roster. Yes, they have some young guys like Ty Washington, but their roster is full of older dudes. This is not the atypical Kentucky basketball team with 5 blue blood, 4 5-star freshmen. This is a veteran for their standards.
That's why I took
Kentucky
them.
team.
Now I feel like a sucker for putting them in the Final Four. for putting him in the national. But that's exactly, this is a different construct. I'm going, this Kentucky team's just constructed a little bit different than what he's had in the last 4 or 5 years, and they haven't had much success in the tournament. But this is the year. They're due. So I ride the Kentucky train, and I feel like a fool over that this morning.
I think that you and I are in the same camp because I had the exact same thought. Not the same prototypical Kentucky roster.
It's going to be
veteran
different
guys.
this year. Yeah.
Oscar Tshiebwe's the National Player of the Year. And they do that last night. Right. But it's okay because kind of like you said, I would let my bracket light on fire to watch Kentucky lose to a 15 seed.
So if your bracket is torched, like I don't know about Clay's. Clay, I won't speak for you, but mine and Ty's are incinerated after yesterday. You can fill out a new Sweet 16 bracket beginning after Sunday's games at hitthatline.com. So if you missed out on the deadline yesterday, it's not too late. We'll have a new entry period for you beginning Sunday night with the Sweet 16 games and on. So you can enter that. We'll find out who our first-round winner is after today and the second-round winner this weekend. The best overall bracket gets a great prize package. Our bracket challenge is presented by Buffalo Wild Wings, Crabtree RV, and the Stadium Shop. And we got 9 different prize packages to give away. We're also brought to you this morning by Williams Tractor. Nearly after nearly 50 years, they have moved to a new location. It's in Springdale between Don Tyson and the Johnson exits. If you're rolling up the interstate there towards the Don Tyson exit, you'll see it right there on your right. They've got all the equipment you're looking for, New Holland. They got side-by-sides and a whole lot more right there. So check them out now in Springdale. And the name is no longer Williams Tractor. It's WT Equipment because they do so many things. That's WT Equipment on I-49 between Don Tyson and Johnson. Find them online at WTEquip.com.
Mark Titus, Tate Frazier, former President Barack Obama, Jay Billis. Who am I missing? There's a few other notable celebrities. Jimmy Fallon, other celebrities and sports media people that picked against Arkansas. I know Arkansas social media and Eric Musselman love to replay those clips. They were having some fun with Jimmy Fallon last night and this morning for him picking against the Razorbacks. We heard Muss say on Wednesday that they're going to use that as motivation, that they've seen all the clips. And you saw a motivated team last night that at points you thought was going to lose, but they didn't. One of the reasons they were able to persevere and get to a 4-point victory in the second half because of a guy that's been there all year long, and that's J.D. Note. Here was what Muss had to say in the second half about his star point guard.
JD was able to regroup at halftime, and I whispered to him, I'm still going to run plays for you. You can't hide, man. I'm going to you, and we're going to sink or swim with kind of your performance in this last 20 minutes. And I thought he started attacking the rim a lot more.
Clay, we've seen JD's statistics against AP top 25 opponents. He's averaging about 22 a game. He's shooting, I think, 48%. He's averaging 4 or 5 assists. What's puzzling to me is his shot, not just last night, but several games leading up to this, has not been falling. I'm more talking about the outside shot. What do they have to do on Saturday to get him just more in sync with the offense and get him going from the outside?
Yeah, I think I mentioned this already, but he's got to play within himself. He doesn't have to force things. He is a dominant right-hand guy, just like Devo is a dominant left-hand guy. And what I've seen is the season has gotten to this last 10 days or 15 days where they've played really good teams, is he's well scouted. And there's not going to be they know what his tendencies are, and they force him to basically play left-handed, and that's not just do the things that that he doesn't like to do. The key to his point totals when they really go up isn't what he gets offensively, it's what he gets in transition. And if you don't make any turnovers on offense, you do not let Arkansas play transition. They got no fast break points. And that's what he does best, is that he goes from defense to offense. He's got to stay out of foul trouble. I mean, if you're sitting on the bench, you can't score, Ty. It's simple as that. Mm-hmm. And that's what's happened to him. You take him out of the first half because of foul trouble. Well, yeah, his point total is going to be low, so they didn't have to guard him. for 10 minutes.
And then he got his third foul, a minute into the second half, and at the under 16, I think it's 15:56 or something. He was back in the ball game. So Musselman's having to take some real risk on playing, because if he'd have picked up a fourth, I don't think they win that game last night, guys.
Yeah, I got tickled. The TV guy, Brad Nessler, was so rushing to break, and I was like, man, I need you to tell me whether that was his fourth foul, and they didn't. They didn't. I thought the TV guys were just very average. They looked, and Brad Nessler sounded tired to me. I don't know whether he's got a cold or what, but he just sounded like he didn't really want to be there.
He had to do 4 games in one day.
Yeah,
it's the only time in the year you got to do 4 in a day. So
yeah,
he was tired it was game 4 of the day.
I'm going to be honest.
I thought the officiating was okay, but I mean, their guard, is it Finn?
Ben Shungu.
When he started doing the I don't know what kind of shuffle, what kind of dance move, the icky shuffle, he started just dancing across the floor, and then they ended up calling in the cylinder defensive foul after he'd moved both pivot foot twice. And you just can't let somebody do that at that point in the game.
It looked like he slipped. I know exactly what you're talking about. They called what's that thing called?
The cylinder.
Cylinder,
you got to There's a cylinder surrounding the offensive player that the defensive player and the offensive player cannot invade the defensive player's cylinder. But yeah, I know what you're referring to.
Yeah,
and that's where
both
Nolan
pivot feet twice. Yeah.
Well, okay. How do you have 2 pivot feet?
There's only one pivot feet. I'll side with.
Yeah, he changed it. He changed pivot feet, and then he moved that one.
Well, that would be a walk because you can't change pivot feet.
He did walk. The other thing, one of the plays where they were reviewing, JD looked like he clearly got slapped on the arm. The second one hit the ball. I was afraid that they were going to call that out on Arkansas. It bounced off JD's nose, and then one of the Vermont players, you can clearly tell him slap it, unfortunately, out of bounds with the top of his palm, or not the top of his hand or whatever. Yeah. And I was concerned that they were going to call it out on Arkansas, but they did award the ball to the Razorbacks, and they hit some free throws down the stretch. I know Jalen missed 2 with under 2 minutes, but outside of that, I can't think of free throws down the stretch that Arkansas did not convert on. They were able to do it, and it's the little things. And what JD said after the game is that he was more nervous. He's more nervous about the free throw shooting drill that they do in practice than the free throws during the course of a game.
And I wish we had some two things I wish we had advanced metrics on, guys, and that was free throws in the last 4 minutes when the game's less than 5 or something like that. I'm sure the team has that number readily available because Arkansas is really good there. And then, Clay, the other thing real quick that I think Arkansas is so good at, inbound plays coming out of a timeout. Musselman doesn't miss there. I'd like to know the success or conversion rate in the half court when you have an inbound play coming out of a timeout in your half court. He always seems to have the right play there.
Yeah, Vermont did too. They got a layup out of it. Yeah, but it's Tommy. You're an official, and I'm not criticizing the officials, but one thing that I think must change is when they review an out-of-bounds play, in the last 2 minutes, they cannot call a foul. And it is the key part of what happened on the out-of-bounds play. And when they see a foul, when they're doing a review, they have to be able to call that foul. It is not reviewable. When they make an egregious error in that situation, and they're stuck. Yeah. And it's just and when we watch it, we see they've missed the call. So
and they see it too, but the rule doesn't allow for change. And there was a play on an out of bounds in the SEC tournament that maybe it'll spark some conversation with the Rules Committee coming up in the next couple of months as they meet. Hey, we're brought to you by Gaston's White River Resort, 870-431-5202, the place to hang out this spring and summer and maybe that last-minute spring break getaway. I'm telling you, if you got an April or a May weekend in mind that you'd like to take the family to Gaston's, or maybe you got a work trip coming up that you want to do your sales retreat or take your operational people or take a group of customers to Gaston's, you better start booking those prime dates right now. Get the best guides and really have a lot of fun on the White River. where they do it right at Gaston's White River Resort, and a great restaurant that you can enjoy for breakfast, lunch, and dinner as well. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time every time.
On the road to the Final Four with the Hogs is brought to you by Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Sportsbook, Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, and Big Red Stores of Arkansas.
Standard Materials Group has immediate openings for ready-mix drivers in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you have a CDL license without an automatic restriction and want to be home every night, want to work with a company that offers great pay, benefits, and a great team environment with growth opportunity, apply today at jobs.crh.com. Again, that's jobs.crh.com. Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
This is Bruce Stanton, Vice President and General Manager of Pradco Fishing in Fort Smith. Our #1 volume lure out of our 20 fishing brands is the Bobby Garland Baby Shad. We make them by the millions in our facility in Fort Smith, and the Baby Shad is without a doubt the #1 soft plastic crappie lure in the U.S. Fish it on a light jig head or underneath a float, and you'll find it's as productive as live bait. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Bobby Garland Baby Shad.
On average, someone wins with a scratch-off game from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery every 1.3 seconds. That means by the time I'm through talking, more than 23 people will cash a winning ticket. And it just might be this one.
The new multiplier tickets are here with top prizes from $5,000 to $500,000. So look for the ticket with the X.
Get your ticket today. It's time to play, scratch, and win. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
It's time to get in the game, Fort Smith. Hi, Coach Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources. I'm a maniac for March basketball, but if I'm going to catch all the games, I need your help. So I've cooked up a 3-point plan to help you rebound from your old ride. 1, pick the perfect car for you from our huge inventory of Rath Road-ready vehicles, each one hand-picked and inspected in our Meineke Car Care Center. 2, pass me your old ride. 3, I'll come in with the assist and give you up to $3,300 more than appraised value. So if your old ride makes you feel second string, slam dunk your junk and start driving better today in a nicer, newer car from Rath Auto Resources. Keeping the car you have? Get it ready for spring in our Meineke Car Care Center with a free AC check, half-off brakes, and buy 3 get 1 free on all tires. But hurry, this deal's done at the buzzer. Only at Arkansas's favorite used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online at rathauto.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price determines actual trade allowance. Negative equity may be refinanced. Offer absolutely ends March 31st, 2022.
When you want beer, you go to a bar. When you want top shelf spirits, wines, handcrafted cocktails, and cigars, in an atmosphere benefiting a destination, you go to 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge. Try our new menu items including fish and chips, classic club sandwiches, Caesar and Cobb salads, or stick to your favorites, dine in or carry out. Enjoy our state-of-the-art air filtration system. 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge, defining nightlife in downtown Fort Smith. Doors open at 4 Tuesday through Saturday.
Looking for something a bit lighter for lunch or dinner? Art's Barbecue and Burgers has added blackened or grilled tilapia to the menu with all of your favorite sides. If catfish is what pleases your palate, every Friday night is all-you-can-eat catfish at Art's Barbecue. Art's Barbecue and Burgers has it all for your lighter lunch or dinner or your weekend pig out. And don't forget $1 off all burgers every Saturday. Call 452-2550 for to-go orders. Art's Barbecue and Burgers, Rogers Avenue next to Buddy's in Fort Smith.
Your journey for outdoor fun starts at Adventure Oklahoma by Auto Finders in Roland. CF Moto's superior quality on ATVs and side-by-sides makes fun affordable. Hit the water in style with the all-new 2022 lineup of Suncatcher pontoons and G3 bass boats powered by Yamaha. They're also Oklahoma's exclusive Falcon bass boat dealer. The sales staff has earned outstanding Facebook reviews because of their service during and after the sale. Start your journey at Adventure Oklahoma by Auto Finders Highway 64 Roland. Check out the pre-owned vehicle selection too. 918-503-6633. AutoFindersOK.com.
The temperatures may be cooling down, but at Wheels RV in Northwest Arkansas, the deals are still red hot. Whether you are enjoying one of over 50 state parks or tailgating with your favorite team, Wheels has the right RV to help you enjoy fall in the natural state. And at Wheels RV, every new unit comes with a lifetime warranty. So get out to Wheels and see why they were voted best RV dealership in Northwest Arkansas. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. See Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Elite Roofing is a locally owned roofing contractor. If you're building a new home or maybe need a new roof on your existing home, Elite Roofing can take care of you. Elite Roofing is known for their dependability and reliability. Just ask any of their satisfied customers. They are licensed and insured, and references are available upon request. If you need a roof, call your local roofing contractors. Elite Roofing, 478-8668. That's 478-8668. Elite Roofing, 478-8668.
State sales tax paid on every pre-owned vehicle on the lot now through the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. You heard right. State sales tax paid on pre-owned vehicles at Harry Robinson. You'll save hundreds, even thousands with sales tax paid. This sale does not apply to previously negotiated deals. Don't miss your chance to get your state sales tax paid now through the end of the month on every pre-owned vehicle on the lot. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 at Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hog hats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Yes, sir.
Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
Arkansas wins the national championship! The Arkansas Razorbacks have completed the dream season!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
I know we've been talking a lot of Arkansas basketball, NCAA tournament basketball this morning, but do want to remind you, SEC baseball starts this weekend, including in Bob Walker Stadium, 6:30 tonight. We'll have pregame coverage beginning at 6 o'clock here. ESPN Arkansas, hitthatline.com. You can also watch it on the SEC Network Plus. Arkansas plays at 7:40 tomorrow night against New Mexico State. That game, same channel on TNT. That's a good time. I know last night, guys, was a little late for us during a week, but 7:40 on a Saturday night, that's prime time to me.
That's perfect. But and let's hope they get off. They actually got off a little bit later than scheduled because of the UConn New Mexico State game in front of them went long. But yeah, Saturday night, a lot more flexibility because I think we're all in search of caffeine this morning after a late night.
Drew's going to be joining us in about 15 minutes. I think he probably went to bed about 1:30 or 2, if I had to guess, after the post-game press conferences. And
can't believe he didn't want to do the 6 a.m. segment.
Yeah, I know. That's going to do it for your Hog Update, and it is brought to you by Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
All right, let's go to the phone lines and welcome in Sean from the Fence Man as we get ready to do our Fence Man Friday picks once again here on a Fast Break Friday. Sean, you're still in the lead. You've got 145 points. Clay, you're at 139. Tommy's at 134. And I'm at the very bottom. I'm a bottom dweller.
They call that DAL, but I'll tell you what that means in the break.
32. Yeah. That's where I'm at right now. We've got some good NCAA tournament SEC games to pick from, so let's do it here on a Fence Man Friday.
Fence Man Friday Picks. Call the Fence Man for all kinds of fences, controlled access, and custom iron projects. 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. We ain't afraid of no work.
Going to pick 3 SEC games today and then the Razorback game tomorrow. Clay, I'll let you do this one. Years ago, Jacksonville State almost beat Auburn in Jordan-Hare Stadium. Now, they're playing them in basketball this year. They're a 15.5-point dog. Can Jacksonville State at least cover against Walker Kessler, Jabari Smith, and the Auburn Tigers today?
Aren't they Dolphins?
I don't know if they're... I think they have a red bird. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I'll look it up real quick.
Well, I was just going to pick based on mascots.
It's a good strategy.
Yeah. Can a tiger beat a dolphin? What how does that work?
Both pretty fast, but
I'll go Tigers. Yeah.
I need to know this, man. I'm on Clay Street.
Gamecock. Like South Carolina, I guess.
They got long spurs. Give me Jacksonville State. I think Auburn wins the game. I don't know that Auburn survives the weekend, but based on this tournament, guys, I just don't think that I think it's hard to cover these big double-digit lines right now. I'll take the underdog.
Sean, what do you think?
John?
I think I'm here. Sorry.
You were pondering.
I'm going to take Auburn. I think they will make it and cover.
Okay.
Get it done.
I'm going to take Auburn as well. I thought they were embarrassed against Texas A&M and what was a heavy populated Tigers crowd in Tampa. I think they're going to come out and send a message. So I guess Sean and Clay, you picked Jacksonville State, right?
No, I said Tigers.
You did say Auburn. So Tommy, you're the only one that's on an island with
Yep.
Jacksonville State. All right, next game.
Kind of like my bracket. Not very good right now.
Hey,
doesn't matter at this point, right,
no,
Tommy?
It doesn't matter.
I don't think a lot of people are very confident, very happy about what their bracket is to this point. Notre Dame played Rutgers in a great game, goes to double overtime earlier this week. They're going to try and use that momentum heading into the Alabama game today. Nate Oates' squad is a 3.5-point favorite, Tommy. Who do you like?
Give me Alabama.
Clay?
I mean, Notre Dame is one of those schools that it just like, it's like fingernails on a chalkboard. I got to go Alabama.
Sean?
Staying with the SEC, Alabama.
Getting guts?
Nope.
No guts?
Not with Notre Dame.
No guts, no glory. I can't pick Notre Dame. Sorry, can't do it.
You think Orange will pick them later today? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Iowa State against LSU. LSU will weightless, but still favored by 4.5. Clay, do they get it done without their former head coach?
Oh, I think they probably hit a surge that, it's like his coaching hurt them, 5 points a game. So without Will Wade, they'll win.
LSU.
Sean?
The man that says this
I'm
hurts
going,
to
I'm
do
going
it.
Apo Taco. I'm going to be out there on the island.
I'll go Iowa State as well. Iowa State has been injured a lot this season. They're finally healthy again. I'm going to say that they get it done without Will Wade coaching the Tigers. All right, this game tomorrow, 7:40, like I mentioned. Arkansas is a 6.5-point favorite against New Mexico State. Tommy, can they cover 6.5 points? They didn't cover last night. Can they do it tomorrow night?
Yes, I think Arkansas wins this game, and 6.5 is a good number here. So I'll give me the Hogs.
Do you think they cover, Clay?
Yeah, I think so.
Sean?
Yeah. I'm going to go with my Razorbacks.
Yeah,
even
write that
though
one
they,
down.
They didn't kind of do very well last time.
Who is that tall point/shooting guard that New Mexico State has that we were talking about earlier? What's his name?
Ted Roddy or something like that last night. I got to print that box score out, but he looked like a tight end more than he did a point guard.
You talking about Terry Allen?
Yes, that's it. That was
his name.
Yeah,
Okay.
he scored 37.
Yeah.
He's
Most points scored like in 40 years against UConn in a tournament game.
He played at 2 different high schools, and now he's playing with his 5th different college. He's a nomad.
It's all their fault, though, Clay.
I think he's a mercenary.
Hopefully not. He's not a mercenary tomorrow night. I think Arkansas wins the game, but I'm going to take New Mexico State to cover. I felt confident that Arkansas was going to cover against Vermont. They weren't able to do so. I think that New Mexico State is going to cover tomorrow night. I think Arkansas wins, but I'm going to take New Mexico State to cover. Is it the Rough Riders? Is that their mascot?
The Aggies, isn't it?
The Aggies?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, all right, that is your Fence Man Friday picks. Sean's with us this morning. Busy on the road, so joining us by the phone. Sean, tell us what's going on this week with the Fence Man.
Oh, we've been really blessed, with the expansion of the city of Fort Smith, all the new stuff coming in. We've got some good commercial jobs, some new businesses coming in, so we're super blessed. We're still looking for some good quality people, and like I said, our core staff is good, but our calendar is filling up. So if you're needing a fence, unfortunately, with the prices of material and wood and everything else, I suggest you get in there early because we don't know what's going to happen next week.
Yeah, so, now is the time to act early rather than later. And you can apply in person if you're looking to join the Fence Man team, 1213 North 32nd Street. That's where your office is at. They can come by and talk to you there about a job with the top fence building team in the area.
Yes, sir. We'd love to talk to anybody who wants to come join our team.
All right, so if you got fence building skills, construction skills, carpentry skills, welding skills, go see Sean at the Fence Man. Again, that's 1213 North 32nd Street in Fort Smith. Sean, have a great weekend. Good luck on your bracket, and we'll see you next Friday.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
All right, that's Sean from the Fence Man and our Fence Man Friday picks.
When we come back, Drew Barrett will be joining us live from Buffalo. Get his reaction, what he heard from the team last night, following with the vibe of the arena and everything that occurred in the KeyBank Center yesterday. Hour number 3 of a Fast Break Friday is next on the Morning Rush.
Level up your outdoor space today at your #1 source for backyard fun, Burton Pools and Spas. Cash and carry.
Support for the Hit That Line Podcast Network is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped recently launched the Ultimate Men's Hygiene Bundle, the Performance Package. Join over 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer to you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code HTL at manscaped.com. If my math is correct, that's about 8 million balls. And my family jewels just got added into that number because I just got my new Performance Package 4.0. And let me tell you what, guys, it is a game changer. If you're like me, you've tried other ways of daily grooming, of staying in shape, of when that time is right, you know what I mean, of how to make sure you look good down there. You've tried the razors, you've tried the knockoff brands, but it does not compare to what you're going to get in the Performance Package 4.0 by Manscaped. You're going to get the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer. You're going to get the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, the Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag for all your goodies. Trust me, I didn't think there was going to be a product out there that was going to make it safe to go down there. But with the Lawnmower 4.0 and everything else that comes in this package from Manscaped, you're going to be shaving and grooming so much safer. Get that 20% off and free shipping with the code HTL at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use HTL. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Now that's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sacalé, paper mouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Jason Aldean says there's only two means of salvation around here that seem to work: whiskey or the Bible, shot glass or revival. He doesn't want to be stuck in these two ruts. He needs something in between to fulfill his dreams. Hebrews 7:25 says, Jesus is able to save completely those who draw near to God through him. Don't trust your spiritual strut or placing your butt in a church pew or bar stool, because all three will lie to you. I'm Pastor Heath from Woodland. Think about it.
It's that time of year as college basketball takes center stage with the tournament finally upon us. If you're looking to wager this year, BetOnline is the #1 spot for all your updated odds and info, along with great contests, including the bracket contest, where you can have a chance to take home the top prize. Head over to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use our promo code BELIEVE to get started. That's BLEAV. BetOnline is your continued source for all your sports wagering needs, including live betting and your favorite Vegas casino games. Bet online, where the game starts.
One like it either. Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, as real as it tastes. Enjoy responsibly. Not a low-calorie food. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, IRC Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, where's the rest of the beer?
I'm probably out unless you clowns brought some.
Well, I've already had 3. Who's going to get more?
Order it from your phone.
From where?
Sody's delivers.
You mean where my girlfriend gets her wine and those cheese plates?
And if you don't want to drive, that's where you can order it. My free beer is gone.
Sody's now delivers inside Fort Smith city limits. Just order from mysodys.com or download the Sody's app and order from your phone. Sody's Wine and Spirits. Experience different.
Hey Hog fans, this is Andy Belkey with Orr Auto Park in Fort Smith. Are you in the market to upgrade or sell your current vehicle? If so, I'm your guy. I have access to one of the largest selections of new and pre-owned vehicles in the area, which means I have a car, truck, or SUV to fit your every need. Give me, Andy, a call or text at 479-285-2280 and let me help you put your dream in your driveway. That's 479-285-2280. Thank you and go Hogs.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, sunshine. Our high this afternoon will be right around 75 degrees. Showers, a chance of thunderstorms, and low 50s tonight. Tomorrow, showers, a chance of some thunderstorms. Temperatures peaking early in the upper 50s, falling to near 50 for the afternoon. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Weather is brought to you by Ramos Roofing, specializing in all roofing needs. 479-420-9903.
You're listening to The Morning Rush, live from the Busch Light Studios on ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith. This hour of The Morning Rush is brought to you by Farm Credit. From farms to land, livestock, equipment, and more, Farm Credit finances it all. Learn more at myaglender.com.
Hey, really, really, really proud of you guys. Really proud of the way that you fought. Hey, where to fight, baby? Family on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
People who really want to have a good time won't come to a slaughterhouse. And we've got entirely too many troublemakers here.
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station.
I don't like you because you're dangerous. That's right. I am dangerous.
Streaming live from
hitthatline.com.
I
hit the 7-iron like John Davis with 3.
This is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson.
You just got to keep living, man.
And Tommy Kraft.
We follow orders or people die. Are we clear?
The Morning Rush starts right now.
Yes, sir.
We're going to go live to Buffalo this hour and welcome in Drew Barrett, who's down there at the arena at Key Baker, was there last night, had a great experience all day yesterday, and he's going to be there tomorrow night when the Arkansas Razorbacks take on New Mexico State. 7:40 Central is where it's set right now. Hopefully it stays that way right here on ESPN Arkansas, and then also on TNT if you want to watch it on television too, Tommy.
Our coverage of March Madness is brought to you by Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale, home of the lifetime warranty. When you go to Wheels RV, you're going to get not only a top brand like Grand Design or Forest River, KZ, Vibe, Sportsman. They've got all of those, plus a lifetime warranty that comes with every new unit. It's all at Wheels RV, again, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. See Lee J. Ferris, Chris Owens, and the great crew at Wheels RV. Seek, explore, and discover. Our coverage in Buffalo is presented by Oaklawn Racing Casino Sportsbook, Big Red Stores, and the Arkansas Scholarship Lotteries. We welcome in Drew Barrett, who is in the city of Wings, where the Razorbacks last night, Drew, late night, were able to pull off a win over Vermont.
Yeah, they were, and it was a strange game from start to finish. It was probably one of the only games that I can remember that Arkansas had zero momentum through most of it. Just the way that the Buffalo crowd and the Vermont fans there kind of just rallied behind Vermont, especially there at the end. Outside of the Razorback section behind the bench, it was a very Vermont-friendly crowd. So it always just felt like Vermont had the momentum, like they were going to be able to do something, going to be able to climb back as they kept it close. I don't think Arkansas led by 10 the entire time. Their largest lead was, I think, 9 at one point. So it was a very weird feeling in the building because you knew that Arkansas
should win. You knew Arkansas should be able to beat the brakes off of a team like Vermont, and that's nothing against Vermont, but the teams that Arkansas has played and beaten and played really well against this year are a lot better than the Catamounts that you saw last night. So it was just a weird thing where it felt like Vermont kind of really fed off of the energy of their fans, of the locals that were really rallying behind the 13 seed to kind of see if they could get 3 out of 4 of their games yesterday to become upsets, because it's coming right off the heels of Richmond and then New Mexico State.
Drew, I know leading up to the game last night on Arkansas Game Day, you and I were discussing, outside of Jalen Williams and J.D. Note, which of the other guys are going to step up. Stanley Amude had never played in an NCAA tournament game prior to last night. Devontae Davis really was the one who stepped up in certain games last year, including the game-winning shot over Oral Roberts. What did you think of those two individuals last night and how they were able to perform at the highest of competition levels?
Well, to start with Devo, I mean, it's just incredible that when he's under the bright lights of the NCAA tournament, he averages north of 15 points, had 14 last night. But during regular seasons at Arkansas is averaging, I think, 7.8 or right at 8 points a game. So the ability for him to just have that switch in him, to know of the win or go home mentality, right? To have that switch, just know that he's going to do everything he can to keep that going home part from not becoming, reality. It is a weird thing. I can't remember another player that for 30-plus games feels like he's underwhelmed, not underperforming, just kind of doing a little bit here, doing a little bit there. And then when you get on the biggest stage of the season, just boom, can turn it on like that. And it's incredible. And that's what, Devo even said that last night. He's just said, my biggest thing is I just stay ready. It's win or go home. And that's what I talked about to the guys in the locker room before the game. And there's just something about the NCAA that he just has in him that he can turn it on. And, of course, Stanley Amude, obviously the key to the game last night, 3 or 4 from beyond the arc, just the shots and the big-time shots that he made to keep Arkansas either in the lead or right there with Vermont. And the ability for Amude, Note, and Tony, and then, of course, Davis. You had 4 guys with 4 fouls last night, and Stanley Amude picked up his 4th foul with over 10 minutes to go. So the ability to play that many minutes and to play as long with 4 fouls and foul troubles that they did last night was pretty amazing.
That's 16 of your 19 fouls. I didn't even think about it until you just said that. But, yeah, you had those 4 players combined for 16 of your 19, and nobody exited the game early. So that is a big point that hadn't been made yet this morning.
Yeah, it was really strange in the first half. They didn't call a foul for 10 minutes. Then it's like the first 2 fouls are JD. Drew, this is the shortest turnaround. Every, the NCAA tournament, you've got, 4 days between weekend games, but there's only 1 day, 24 hours to get ready. What did you see from New Mexico State, and what kind of matchup is this for the Razorbacks? They're another conference champion, another player of the year. What's your feel for this game?
Well, the feel for this game that I have for New Mexico State is that they just come off with they kind of radiate confidence. They just all through shoot-around on Wednesday, through their press conference stuff, they really do feel like they belong here and that they've got something to prove. And that type of team's real deadly. And, we see those high-seed tournaments, I don't want to call, New Mexico State a Cinderella, because they're not on the level of a Vermont, of a Richmond, of a Florida Gulf Coast or one of those schools. I don't want to, lump them into the Cinderella category, but they kind of have that feel to them that if they can catch fire and keep it going like they did against UConn last night, that they can be a dangerous team. Now, the good news is Arkansas won last night in a matchup that was not favorable to them, in a game that all the quote-unquote national experts thought they would lose, and they won playing a B-minus game, if that. I mean, you might even call it just a solid C performance. So if Arkansas can turn it around, get their legs under them a little bit more, stay out of foul trouble, and get back to that A-plus type of performance that we know that they can play, I'm not going to say it should be easy, but Arkansas should be able to get the job done. It's just New Mexico State comes in with that confidence and that they just have that swagger of they're playing with house money. Let's see what happens type of feel.
Drew, I'm assuming that, growing up in Memphis like you did, this is not your first NCAA postseason basketball event just because Memphis has hosted so many. Am I right about that?
Actually, this is only the second one.
Okay.
I never got to go to the ones in Memphis. I've only been to this one and the 2008 Final Four.
Okay, well, that's why I shouldn't assume. But so I was going to have you maybe compare and contrast the atmospheres and how it kind of feels in Buffalo. You were around the city in Memphis certainly when they've hosted numerous NCAA postseason regionals and then or sub-regionals and then Sweet 16s and Elite Eights in the regional semifinals and finals. What's the feel there in Buffalo now that you've had a couple of days when you compare it to the feel maybe in Memphis around town or, the Final Four I think is probably on a different level. What's the feel there the last couple of days as you've had time to settle in?
Well, I think the feel it is different. It's a little bit more low-key. Now, I think back to the last time Memphis held a regional tournament, you had Kentucky and UCLA that made it to the Elite Eight. So the feel around town was an electric buzz. Obviously, Kentucky fans travel, UCLA fans, they're everywhere as well. And I feel like it's a little bit more low-key, and I saw a few Richmond fans out and about. Providence is actually here in Groves. They're going to be represent very well on Saturday. It's a good vibe, but I wouldn't say it's the best vibe around the NCAA tournament that I've ever felt. And it is just round one and round two. I'm sure if Arkansas is lucky enough to get to San Francisco next week, the atmosphere will raise.
What was it like being in the building, watching some upsets there in Buffalo, but then also, looking on your computer, watching on your phone, and seeing things like Kentucky being upset, Iowa being upset, those things that you got to witness firsthand, and then through that, what was it like being in that atmosphere when those things were unfolding yesterday and, the range of emotions you saw from people?
Well, first, I did get to watch a lot of the Iowa-Richmond game. I got to see a lot more of that than UConn and New Mexico State just because I was over at the draft room doing the pregame show with Ty last night. But Richmond fans, they are very passionate people. They do a great chant. We are, you are, due to University of Richmond. Their mascot is the creepiest thing I've ever seen. That spider dude is really, really creepy. I don't know how it doesn't give the children of Richmond nightmares. But it was an incredible feeling to be there and kind of watch this upset and possible long run in an NCAA tournament unfold as Richmond beat Iowa yesterday, and it was just an incredible game. I mean, Richmond, they had so much momentum. They were kind of like New Mexico State in the fact that they just knew. Like it's almost weird, but you can just like feed off the vibe of the crowd and off of the arena, and you just know that all right, there's nothing Iowa can do. Richmond's got this one in the bag, and that's what happened.
So what does Arkansas do to stop Teddy Allen, who had nearly a 40-piece last night on UConn? So how do you guard him? Who gets that assignment? You got to see both games last night. How does Arkansas handle New Mexico State's Player of the Year in Teddy Allen?
Well, I think obviously defensively, it's going to be probably a guy like Adis Toney. I mean, we had Coach Musk talk about last night about how he draws one of the best defensive, but he draws the biggest defensive assignment with his length and the way that he can defend guys and what he's able to do. I mean, Adis played all 40 minutes last night and had only 6 points, but contributed very well defensively. Did pick up the 4 fouls, though. So I think it's going to be a lot of Adis Toney one-on-one. on him. I think you're probably going to have to figure out a way to trap him as much as possible, try to get him in corner situations, and ultimately just limit the things that he can do. And I think that Arkansas can do that because, let's face it, playing in the SEC, they've faced a lot of great players, a lot of All-American type performances this year. So I think it's going to come down to how well Audi's Tony can stay on top of them.
What about Memphis and Gonzaga, Drew? Does your Tigers have any chance to dethrone Drew Timme, Chet Holmgren, Andrew Nembhard, and Mark Few tomorrow?
The alumnus and lifelong fan in me says yes. The guy that got a journalism degree from that university that taught him to be open, honest, and fair with your reporting says no. Especially if they play like they did in the second half against Boise State. They play like they did in the first half. They got a shot. Second half, you score less than 20 points in a half of basketball, you're going to be in trouble. Couldn't hit the broadside of the barn in the second half when I was able to turn it on, which was really nice of them. They play an amazing first half. I get to somewhere to watch the second half, and they can't do anything. So, I mean, there's always a shot. March Madness is in the air, but the journalist in me says no, the fan is praying yes.
You need first 30-minute Gonzaga, too, is what you need because they did not play well against Georgia State either.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That will definitely help out. And I don't want to wish injury or ill will on anybody, but, if Chet Holmgren could, eat a bad piece of meat or something today, I wouldn't be too upset.
You think any Arkansas fans who didn't make the game last night will maybe travel up today or tomorrow to Buffalo, or do you think they save kind of their money assuming that Arkansas makes it to San Francisco next weekend?
I would have to say probably the second part of that. I met a guy at Anchor Bar where I'll be obviously from noon to 2 here Eastern time doing halftime yesterday. A guy named Rob and his son, they drove in from Oklahoma and had a great road trip for spring break. They stopped in Murfreesboro, saw some family there, went up through Kentucky, did a few bourbon tours, went through Cincinnati, Cleveland, and just had a blast. They spent a good 3-4 days just on the road driving from Oklahoma. So I feel like that was kind of the main attraction, to kind of make this a road trip, to make this, a full experience for the fans and the families. Now, I'm sure you'll get a few people that, are looking at Expedia or Priceline and finding a last-minute flight, and probably some Vermont fans that they can buy the tickets off of and possibly will come up. But I think most people are starting to go ahead and look towards what accommodations are going to be in San Francisco.
All right. Well, Drew, we'll listen for you at halftime today with Phil and get you some rest. It's going to be another late one tomorrow night.
Yes, it will, but it's going to hopefully be just as exciting, and hopefully we'll be talking on Monday about a Arkansas victory and who they're going to be playing in San Francisco.
And a good chance to see Gonzaga at some point. All right, Drew's coverage live from Buffalo is brought to you by Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Sportsbook. The best way to bet on tournament action all March long is at Arkansas's only casino resort, and by Big Red Stores. Never pay full price for gas again at your neighborhood Big Red store. Get Big Red rewards. And by the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, over $1 billion in proceeds have provided 650,000 plus scholarships for Arkansans everywhere. Coverage on air and online right here on ESPN Arkansas and at hitthatline.com as we are on the road to the Final Four.
Tommy, you, Clay, and I have the benefit of when we watch games throughout the day, throughout the weekend, it qualifies as work. But not everyone has that. I heard Derek and Zach referring to this list that I found yesterday morning after the show, the 6 best excuses to give your boss for missing work to watch March Madness. Here are the 6. You're sick. Your family member's sick. The traffic jam was crazy. Yeah. My parents need help moving. We should have an office party, or just be honest and say you're not coming in.
Listen, guys, we're all veterans here. We all know what all of those things, traffic congestion, parents moving, all those things are verifiable, right? You can get online and see, was there a wreck on I-40 or I-49 at that time? There's records for all that. So, I've told you what the ultimate excuse is, that no one's ever going to verify, right?
I don't think you have told me yet. What
Diarrhea. Hey, boss, I got diarrhea. No one's asking any more questions. The Inquisition is over at that point, right? If one of your folks there at the magazine comes in and says that, Clay, are you asking any more questions, or is that end of discussion?
When you want a picture sent to you?
No, I don't want any.
I don't ask any more questions.
No, that's it. Okay, go home. That's the ultimate excuse that nobody's going to fact check. Nobody's going to what's wrong with you? I don't feel good. I got diarrhea. Go home, and that's the end of it. No receipts about parents moving. No program or memorial from the funeral you said you had to attend. No program from the wedding you said you had to get to. None of that. No pictures from the bachelor. None of that. No one wants to know any more at that point. So just use that excuse.
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of over the last 2 years. There have been a lot of this excuse. Yep, tested home for positive for COVID.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think, or better yet.
Okay, stay right there.
You don't even have to test, but I think I might have been exposed.
It's the easiest one.
But you can say you tested.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the.
I've
got the home kits.
I'm waiting on the results.
No, I got the kit. I got to stay home.
Yeah, but the problem is I'm going to go down to the bar, and the boss might be rolling in there too, and then he sees me.
Well, I mean, you can't do that.
No,
yeah.
You actually have to stay home at that point. So
yeah. And there's nothing wrong with staying home.
Yeah. So at least if I show up, I can have a few Imodium ADs in my pocket. Say, I'm getting better. I'm feeling better.
A little bit better.
Feeling a little bit better. My
tummy's
in a better spot.
went the extra mile. I had a tooth pulled this week. So I got to stay home. I can't work. I'm on hydrocodone.
That's a true story.
And
right there.
I am on hydrocodone. So, not today. I'm off of it today.
Yeah, let's verify that.
Well,
sure.
I mean, I know that he's. I can tell Clay's a little medicated because he hasn't said anything negative about Ty all morning.
Hey, Ty, I can take a picture of the little trash container in the bathroom, and it's full of red stained gauze. Do you want to see that?
There's nothing worse than having a tooth pulled out.
Clay, you can refrain from doing that. I will
okay.
Say,
I just thought that'd be enough.
Nah, I will say this. One time, one of my old bosses, I was throwing up, and to verify that, I sent a picture of my puke in the toilet.
No, you didn't do that.
Just to know. I promise I did.
Trust me,
boss Josh.
I don't need.
I don't need to have to send you that.
If you call me and tell me you're under the weather, I'm just going to take your word for it the first time.
Okay,
cool. You get one of those for free. Hey, the best way for fans to bet on March Madness games all month long is at busr.com/Morning Rush. They have a bracket contest going on. They've also got a sports book, race book, and live casino. Your bets are safe, fun, and secure at busr.com/Morning Rush. And because you're listening right here, they'll give you a 100% matching bonus or matching deposit bonus when you sign up right now during March Madness. That's a 100% deposit bonus. You put in 100, they match 100. Put in 500, they'll match that as well. Go to busr.com/Morning Rush and get your 100% deposit bonus. busr.com/Morning Rush. Bet with confidence. Bet with busr.com. If your bracket's busted, go to hitthatline.com. You can register in our Sweet 16 bracket beginning Sunday night. All of our brackets are brought to you by Broadway Motors in Van Buren, River Valley Truck Outfitters in Fort Smith, and Buy Right Auto Sales in Northwest Arkansas.
When we come back, we'll go to Oaklawn, go to the races, welcome in Lang Whitman next on the Morning Rush.
On the road to the Final Four with the Hogs is brought to you by Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Sportsbook, Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, and Big Red Stores of Arkansas.
On average, someone wins with a scratch-off game from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery every 1.3 seconds. That means by the time I'm through talking, more than 23 people will cash a winning ticket. And it just might be this one.
The new multiplier tickets are here with top prizes from $5,000 to $500,000. So look for the ticket with the X.
Get your ticket today. It's time to play, scratch, and win. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Hardworking simplicity and serious durability. That's the winning combination you get when you pair a rugged Workmaster utility tractor with a Dura-Disc heavy-duty disc mower, both from New Holland and Williams Tractor in Fayetteville, Berryville, and Bobcat of Northwest Arkansas. You'll maximize the tonnage of your hayfields by slicing a clean, close swath up to 10 foot 4 inches wide, all while operating in confidence and comfort with a Workmaster tractor with high visibility all-weather cab. Stop by Williams Tractor in Fayetteville, Berryville, and Bobcat of Northwest Arkansas today to learn about this unstoppable New Holland team.
Sports fans, it's March Madness. Where are you going to bet? I know where I will. BUSR, of course. NCAA basketball, NBA, MLB, you name it, they got it. Besides sports and racing, you can play over 300 casino games at BUSR.com. And remember, no download is needed to play these games. Sign up today and get an exclusive 100% deposit bonus by going to BUSR.com/morningrush. That's BUSR.com/morningrush. Bet with confidence. Bet with BUSR.
Needing your roof repaired? Ramos Roofing is a local company that has over 25 years of experience specializing in your residential or commercial roofing needs in the Oklahoma area. Ramos Roofing, a company you can trust, offering discounts to senior citizens, law enforcement, or healthcare workers, and assists in your insurance claims. Ramos Roofing, standing behind their work so you can stand under it. Call 479-420-9903. That's 420-9903. Ramos Roofing, working with you to build a better home.
Building a home can be stressful. This is true whether you're the homeowner or the contractor. Many times these issues result in a lawsuit. If you are a homeowner or a contractor and find yourself needing legal help, call the attorneys at Kevin Hickey Law Partner. With experience representing homeowners as well as non-payment or other issues that could arise during construction. Contact Brad Hull or Kevin Hickey at 479-434-2414 in the River Valley or 479-802-6560 in Northwest Arkansas. Or check them out on the web at artriallawyers.com.
This is Bruce Stanton, Vice President and General Manager of Pradco Fishing in Fort Smith. Our #1 volume lure out of our 20 fishing brands is the Bobby Garland Baby Shad. We make them by the millions in our facility in Fort Smith, and the Baby Shad is without a doubt the #1 soft plastic crappie lure in the U.S. Fish it on a light jig head or underneath a float, and you'll find it's as productive as live bait. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Bobby Garland Baby Shad.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Would printing from your phone or tablet make your life easier? Are you emailing files to yourself so that you can print them from your desktop or laptop? The Xerox VersaLink and AltaLink lines of network printers and multifunction printers will natively print using your phone's built-in capabilities. Apple AirPrint and Google Cloud Printing just work. To order yours today, give us a call at 783-6600 or visit dixiedigital.com. Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
Hurry up, dude. The game's about to start.
Nothing beats spending the day watching the game with your buddies.
Dude, I'm literally right here. Let's do this.
Which is why a shelter insurance renter's policy is key to your winning game plan. It protects things your landlord's policy doesn't.
Dude, where's your TV? What? No way, dude.
Like that flat screen TV that just got stolen.
Ask Randy Milam in Alma or Brad Howe in Van Buren about Shelter's home insurance.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Don't miss our $1 million buy-in event during the month of March at Wheeler Power Sports in Fort Smith. We will trade for or buy your current motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side. Call or text our sales department to make a reservation today. 479-668-0057. We already have the biggest selection of power sports vehicles in the area, but we need more. Wheeler Power Sports, family-owned and operated for over 50 years and located in historic downtown Fort Smith, keeping the good times rolling.
Farm Credit has been a trusted friend for over 100 years. They are ag financing experts. So whether you're a longtime farmer, new to farming, or buying your dream home or land in the country, their experienced staff has a plan to fit your goals, needs, and your bottom line. From farms to land, livestock, equipment, and more, Farm Credit finances it all. Learn more at myaglender.com. Farm Credit is an equal opportunity lender.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Crabb.
Over Note it's short. Williams has got the ball. Arkansas has got the win.
Did you miss a segment or interview during the show? Find it in the Bud Light Next Morning Rush podcast. Just search Hit That Line wherever you listen to podcasts.
All right, we're going to go to the races in just a few minutes. Talk to Lang Whitman, get you ready for a long weekend of racing that began yesterday at Oaklawn Park. Before we talk to Lang and get ready for Oaklawn, let's talk to Larry Rath at Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith and in Springdale. Larry was perfect on his bracket yesterday. He had St. Peter's beating Kentucky. He had all the upsets on his bracket. The only guy I know that went 16 for 16 yesterday.
Yeah, who is St. Peter's? What in the world what's the world coming to?
Well, it was St. Patrick's Day, and St. Peter's showed up. So,
my goodness, what is the world coming to? But, hey, those Razorbacks, they fought hard. They look good. They're moving on, and their bracket got a little easier, I think. So, I think we're sitting pretty. We're in good shape, and that's kind of how we are at Rath Auto Resources. We're in good shape. Big inventory of cars and trucks and SUVs, and we kind of do March Madness around here, too. March is a great time of year to get your nicer, newer car. And so we've stocked up. I mean, we've got the biggest inventory we've had in a couple of years, and it's a big, broad inventory, all different makes and models, all different price ranges. Folks, we're bound to have one that's right for you. You can stop shopping all over. Just come on in, check out the website, call, put in a lead, whatever you need to do, and let us get started helping you to drive better at Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. Now, those new Mitsubishis, we've got a pretty good inventory of those right now, and that's been really hard to come by. The Eclipse Cross is really popular right now, good selection there, and, that's a brand-new SUV just loaded with tech with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty that you can buy for about the price of a used one. We've also got the Outlander Sports. Those are a great bargain as well. The little Mitsubishi Mirage, little gas mileage car, 43 miles to a gallon with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. That's a real smart buy right now for around $20,000. So if you've been shopping, folks, you know what a deal that is. We've also got the new 22 Outlander, most popular car I've seen in a long time. Check that car out as well. So we've got a lot of options for you. Rath road-ready used cars in Fort Smith and in Springdale, the Mitsubishis up here in Springdale. A great time to come in, save some money, and let us help you start driving better. Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale, or check us out online at rathauto.com.
All right, Fort Smith and in Springdale, Rath Auto Resources. Larry, enjoy the games this weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, guys. Y'all have a good one. And folks, come and see it.
All right, time to head to the races, which yesterday was actually the day to get to Oaklawn. Is some rare Thursday racing here for a few weeks. And Lang Whitman joins us now at the Railbird 333 is where you can find him on social media. All of our racing updates are always brought to you by Calico County, just off Rogers Avenue, behind Randall Ford, and by Brothers Roofing. Lang, good morning. We got some Thursday racing for a few weeks.
Yeah, we got some Thursday racing to make up for the racing that was snowed out, iced out a few weeks back. So happened yesterday. It's going to happen the next couple of weeks. But looking forward to big graded stakes racing tomorrow at Oaklawn.
Yeah, tell me more about the Essex and the Whitmore, two graded stakes races, like you said, that really highlight the card on Saturday.
Yeah, let's talk about the Whitmore first. Tomorrow is Whitmore Day at Oaklawn. The champion sprinter is now retired. He won the race called the Hot Springs Stakes 4 times in his career, and it is now renamed the Whitmore Stakes. And it's a Grade 3 race featuring 9 horses tomorrow, some of the top sprinters around this area, including Bob's Edge, Hollis, and Greeley and Ben, among others. Looks to be a real big race. It's going to be a fast race. I'm looking forward to seeing that one. And then also tomorrow we have a mile and a 16th race for older horses. 8 horses are entered in the Essex Handicap, headed by Warrior's Charge. I know it's a horse that you like, Tommy. Plainsman, the winner of the Razorback a few weeks ago, is back in this race. And a really quick horse named Thomas Shelby. Those are the main ones to look for in the Essex.
And for those that don't know, Whitmore, the name for a barbecue restaurant in Pensacola, who's the trainer Ron Moquette from that area. So some great kind of local ties in the River Valley when you talk about Whitmore and the name of that race and the horse itself.
Yeah, he's a beloved horse at Oaklawn, one of the most beloved that I can remember in my 30 to 40 years going over to Oaklawn. It's going to be a big day tomorrow, and well-deserved. That horse was awesome on the track.
Speaking of Ron Whitmore and the trainers, give us the jockey and trainer standing updates as we head into this long 3 days of racing here.
The jockey standings are really heating up now. Francisco Arrieta continues to lead the way with 40 wins. David Cabrera right behind with 39 wins. Ricardo Santana nipping on both of their heels with 35 wins. As far as the trainers, it's still the same three guys at the top. Steve Asmussen with 28 wins. Robertino Diodoro with 24. Brad Cox with 20. I think Brad Cox is going to add some wins to his resume over this 3-day weekend.
All right, and any long shots today? You always kind of give us something that has maybe a little more value. Give us maybe a good pick here on a Friday.
I do have a long shot play today. It's in race 9. Horse number 1, Strike a Beat, 10-1 on the morning line. Now, I'm just throwing out his last race. The comment said lost footing at the start. He was quickly 14 lengths behind the field. He just kind of jogged around the track that day. Let's throw that race out. Let's look back to his effort on January 8th, where he did come in 7th place, but it was in a higher class race than what he's running today. From that last race where he didn't run very good, he was claimed by a very hot trainer, Carl Broberg. Second leading rider, David Cabrera, jumps on the back of Strike a Beat today. If he can return to that effort that he had in January, which I think he can finish in the money. Maybe he can get to the line first. That's number 1, Strike a Beat at 10-1 in the 9th race today at Oaklawn.
Got it written down. Lang, have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you next Friday.
Looking forward to it, Tommy.
All right, you can hear all of Lang's thoughts on the entire card for the weekend with Scott Blair on the horse right here. That's the podcast. Find it at hitthatline.com. Our update is brought to you by Brothers Roofing. Give Brother Alexander a call, former Razorback with 25 years of experience both as an insurance adjuster and in the roofing business. So he knows how to maximize your insurance benefits if you need a new roof. Have others in your neighborhood gotten roofs recently? Well, it's time to call Brother at 353-3877 and let him inspect your roof. Fully insured, fully licensed, everything you need. Call Brothers Roofing, 479-353-3877 for Brothers Roofing. The SEC update is next.
On the road to the Final Four with the Hogs is brought to you by Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Sportsbook, Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, and Big Red Stores of Arkansas.
Standard Materials Group has immediate openings for ready-mix drivers in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you have a CDL license without an automatic restriction and want to be home every night, want to work with a company that offers great pay, benefits, and a great team environment with growth opportunities, apply today at jobs.crh.com. Again, that's jobs.crh.com. Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
At Clay Maxey Auto Group, making the relationship has been what we've always been about. Can't control the market, but we can control who we are and how we act every day. And we're just going to be really good at being us. It's always been more than just selling cars or servicing them. It's a people business. We're here to take care of the customer. To me, it's important that it's about the relationship, not the transaction. Come visit us today at Clay Maxey Auto Group.
Now, maybe more than ever, you should get your very own Big Red Rewards card and start saving money at the gas pump today. You know, if you grab a cup of community coffee or your favorite fountain drink on your way to work and get another to cap off the day on your way home, you're going to save 50 cents a gallon each week. And chances are, when you get those drinks, you're going to pick up a snack, some chips, or maybe a healthy fruit cup for later, and that's going to load into your rewards card too. Get control of these out-of-control gas prices now. Get your Big Red Rewards card today.
It's time to get in the game, Fort Smith. Hi, Coach Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources. I'm a maniac for March basketball, but if I'm going to catch all the games, I need your help. So I've cooked up a 3-point plan to help you rebound from your old ride. 1, pick the perfect car for you from our huge inventory of Rath Road-ready vehicles, each one hand-picked and inspected in our Meineke Car Care Center. 2, pass me your old ride. 3, I'll come in with the assist and give you up to $3,300 more than appraised value. So if your old ride makes you feel second string, slam dunk your junk and start driving better today in a nicer, newer car from Rath Auto Resources. Keeping the car you have? Get it ready for spring in our Meineke Car Care Center with a free AC check, half-off brakes, and buy 3, get 1 free on all tires. But hurry, this deal's done at the buzzer. Only at Arkansas's favorite used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online at rathauto.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price determines actual trade allowance. Negative equity may be refinanced. Offer absolutely ends March 31st, 2022.
Gray Steel Structures Incorporated is a family-owned business based in Greenwood, specializing in steel structures. Owner Will Gray has 20 years' experience doing the job right and making sure you're satisfied with the structure you have a need for. Gray Steel Structures serves both commercial and residential customers. Whatever your need may be, mini storage, RV storage, home workshop, or any metal building need, make Gray Steel Structures your first call. Gray Steel Structures, 252-2783. That's 252-2783.
GraySteelStructuresInc.com. That's Gray with an A.
Fishing never stops. Make a Wake Bait and Tackle has everything from jigs to raincoats, Todd Huckabee crappie rods, Bobby Garland crappie jigs, and stay warm and dry with a River West rain suit, the area's largest selection of Zoom plastics, Flash Mob Jr., Kitech swim baits, Mega Bass rods, plus rattle traps, life jackets, and rod and reel repair. Find all the top brands and everything you need at Make a Wake Bait and Tackle, 1 mile east of I-540 on Highway 64. Make a Wake Bait and Tackle.
Hey Hog fans, this is Andy Belkey with Orr Auto Park in Fort Smith. Are you in the market to upgrade or sell your current vehicle? If so, I'm your guy. I have access to one of the largest selections of new and pre-owned vehicles in the area, which means I have a car, truck, or SUV to fit your every need. Give me, Andy, a call or text at 479-285-2280 and let me help you put your dream in your driveway. That's 479-285-2280. Thank you and go Hogs.
Head to toe, it's gotta be Jelco for hard work and the great outdoors.
With quality and price and comfort you like, and savings that you're looking for.
We've got the shoes and boots, steel toes too, outerwear and a whole lot more.
Head to toe, it's gotta be Jelco
for hard work and the great outdoors.
Needing your roof repaired? Ramos Roofing is a local company that has over 25 years of experience, specializing in your residential or commercial roofing needs in the Oklahoma area. Ramos Roofing, a company you can trust, offering discounts to senior citizens, law enforcement, or healthcare workers, and assists in your insurance claims. Ramos Roofing, standing behind their work so you can stand under it. Call 479-420-9903. That's 420-9903. Ramos Roofing, working with you to build a better home.
Nobody has more pre-owned trucks than Harry Robinson's Salasol Ford. Work trucks, heavy-duty four-wheel drive trucks, single cab, extended cab, and four-wheel drive crew cab trucks. Fords, Chevys, GMCs, Dodge, Ram, and Nissans. And with historic low interest rates, no payments for 90 days, and the most for your trade, Harry Robinson's Salasol Ford is the only place to buy your next truck. Harry Robinson's Salasol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salasol.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Somebody said we've got SEC bias. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC just got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Ashley Air. Keeping your home comfortable is what they do best. Trust them with your heating and cooling needs. Go to AshleyAir.com to request service today.
We hadn't mentioned this to this point of the program, but how about Ben Howland going out at LSU, guys? Well, the SEC cycle continues. It's like football almost with the way that you've seen a change in the coaching staff this year.
I mean, if you're watching TV, that beat crew they're running on some of the other channels had Frank Martin over there who joined them. I don't know who the rest of this, Rex Chapman and some of those other folks. It's not up
Parker.
It is not up to the level of Ernie and Chuck and the Jet. On the other channels, but. Frank Martin, another guy that got the heave-ho.
And Frank goes at one point I was listening to a pregame or postgame, and it's like, since I'm here, I obviously am not at the pinnacle of knowing everything. And he kind of made a joke at his own expense, but that was pretty funny. But there is a clear difference between listening to Clark Kellogg, Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Charles Barkley, who Charles and Kenny probably have not watched a lot of college basketball outside of Auburn and North Carolina all year, and now they're giving inside analysts
and they're still
analysis.
Better. They're still more entertaining. Yeah.
It's just it's a big difference. But that's a wild. I mean, I didn't hear anything about Ben Howland being on the hot seat in Starkville, but apparently. So let's think. Mike White goes to Georgia. Mm-hmm. Will Wade got let go because the allegations, the level 1 violations. You've got Ben Howland, who just happened. Tom Crean.
Yeah.
There's one more.
So one filled the other. So what does that leave you? 4 openings right now?
Yes, and I think there's one more that I'm missing that I haven't mentioned yet. It's off the top of my head.
Missouri. Didn't
Konzo Martin. That's the other one. Yep, that's it. So there's a lot of SEC jobs that are open. Curious to who fills those because only one is filled right now. Currently.
Is Arkansas the second best? I mean, we can talk about Kentucky and have fun with their loss, but Kentucky's the best job in the league. Is Arkansas ahead of Florida? Is it clearly the second best job right now in the league?
I think you're probably right. Yeah, I'd go with that.
Okay, I think Arkansas and Florida are 2 and 3. I guess it depends on perspective, but I'll be interested to see who Florida gets or who Florida hires. And we always wring our hands and worry: do any of these schools come after Eric Musselman? I said the first thing because I just don't think any of those jobs are obviously better than Arkansas.
UCLA,
the Murray State coach is going to get a good job.
Yeah.
UCLA just extended Mick Cronin.
That's good.
I think 6 years.
You
or
want
something
it's 16 years to be even better because that's the one job I worry about with Musselman. UCLA is one of those prize jobs. It's West Coast. You need UCLA to win a lot of games.
It's hard to turn down UCLA.
Yes.
And Arizona just is having a great season under Gonzaga's old assistant, whose name is escaping me. Y'all might have to help me out with their head coach.
Who are you talking about?
Arizona's head coach.
I don't remember.
It's an old-time Gonzaga assistant. They're having a great season. I know, Clay, you really like them to potentially win the national championship.
That's my pick.
And then USC, Andy Enfield, they're going to play – I don't know if they've won or not yet, but they could get a chance at Auburn if they win, most likely. So that'll be a fun couple of games. Tennessee clobbered Lawn Head. Anyone know where Lawn Head is college-wise? I'm going to have to look it up.
No.
You're talking about Tennessee. It's Longwood, wasn't it?
Longwood.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in Farmville, Virginia. It's where it's at.
How do you know that? Just by looking it up?
I mean, I'm just a smart
so
guy.
You looked it up. There you go.
No, did you see me touch the keyboard? I'm just a smart guy.
Looked it up
it's third oldest college in Virginia.
It's called preparation time.
Yeah, it's called show prep.
Let's see.
I mean, you can't stare into a White Claw and get that information.
Probably
it's not even. It wasn't bottled in Farmville, Virginia, home of Longwood University.
Man, that sounds good right now, though.
Do you even know if I'm right, or did I just convince you with confident speech?
When I typed it up, it popped up exactly what
you
just
didn't
said.
believe me.
Yeah,
it's like St. Peter's is Jersey City, Jersey. I looked that up.
There, did y'all see the Clay? Did you see the differences? Their entire operating budget. Basketball operates on $1.6 million. Their head coach makes $250,000. Cal makes $8 million. Four of assistants make $300,000 plus.
Yeah,
that was the difference.
He's going to get a raise. That coach will get a raise or a new job.
He'll get a new job, and that's how he'll get a raise. Because they win this game is probably not a huge influx of cash long term for St. Peter's program.
He's going to go. He's going to go all the way from a low major to a mid major.
Yeah.
He might get the Murray State job. That's how those dominoes will fall.
Pope may send him a performance bonus for that
Pope.
one. Yes. Yeah.
Who is it Pope Francis? Who is the Pope right now?
I believe that's correct.
Is that
He's the Pope.
Which one? Pope Francis, the what Roman numeral?
I don't know that.
You don't know that, Clay? Do you know it?
I'm a back row Baptist.
No.
Pope Francis.
Mm-hmm. Riveting radio here as we go through the archdiocese here on the Morning Rush.
All I know is he's the guy that hands out the wine, right?
Yeah.
And that lives in the Vatican. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay.
I think you got that right.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah. So, all right, that's your SEC and your Catholic update brought to you by Ashley Air. Get a free furnace.
I don't think that was an update.
Is that not? No, okay, that's not in the script here. Get a free furnace when you purchase a qualifying new system from Ashley Air. No down payment, no interest for 72 months on qualifying systems, and the Ashley Air Quality Assurance Guarantee. Their 12-year parts and labor warranty. Get a free furnace when you purchase a new system from Ashley Air. Just go to AshleyAir.com to schedule your appointment. That's AshleyAir.com. Proud sponsors of Razorback Athletics.
Do you guys celebrate St. Patrick's Day weekend? I know you have your anniversary, Tommy, so it's probably more significant to you than most. But do you guys do anything green? I had several of my Morning Rush listener friends that were drinking green beers yesterday. I did not have anything green outside of the shirt I was wearing. Both days. Do y'all do anything fun, or is it just you kind of just?
I mean, back in the day, you'd maybe go to the pub crawl. They used to have a pub crawl on Garrison. You'd go
I'll
to
be there
and some things.
Saturday.
But I'm an old guy now. I'm 46. I've kind of outgrown some of that. You get kids, you get a wife and kids that are 10 and 12 years old. Your schedule and your priorities shift a little bit.
I always thought Chicago doing the Green River.
Yeah.
I always thought that was really cool how every single year they do that around St. Patrick's Day. I've been to Nashville on St. Patrick's Day. I've been to Dallas on St. Patrick's Day. There's one other destination. I think St. Louis, I did St. Patrick's Day there, but I've never been to Chicago. At some point in time, I would like to experience
I've been in New York City for St. Pat's Day.
How was it?
It was pretty awesome. Yeah, I saw the parade.
I tell you, when you are there, I mean, I've been to New York City twice, and it's St. Peter's Basilica there, or I may be getting it wrong. It's the big Catholic church there in Manhattan. Man, just walking that is worth just walking through right there. I've got some pictures somewhere in all my old photos, but that's a sight to see right there. The architecture and the beauty of that thing, unreal. So that'd be worth checking out on like St. Patrick's Day. But so I mean, you can get to St. Patrick's Day. I think what would also, as you move through that, I want to go to Vegas for an NCAA tournament. I was watching somebody's feed yesterday. They were there, and they were at, I think it's Westgate or somewhere, paid $300 to have a reserved seat in the sports book yesterday. Would you pay $300 for that? Would you lay down that green?
They come with food and drink, or
well, I mean, usually you get drink at a casino when you're gambling, but to have your reserved spot in the sports book with all the TVs, looks like NASA control.
We have 3 in our living room.
It's not Vegas.
See, I would rather be, if you're going to say, okay, let's do something green, I'd like to be on the Green River in Idaho. Now, that would be it. Yeah, that'd be the cat's meow.
Or the greens at Augusta National.
Exactly.
One or the other.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, now we're getting that. That will be coming up very soon.
We would all enjoy that.
Absolutely.
Even Ty. Now, they would throw Ty out.
Yeah.
I would think I would hold a certain amount. I've had buddies that have
wearing a
attended
hat
that.
backwards, they'd throw you out.
Yeah, wouldn't even get in the parking lot.
I've had friends of mine that have attended that event, and I think I would be able to, at least for a weekend, act in a certain manner that would
I'm
not
not
give
talking
me-
about in the crowd. I'm talking about playing.
I'm talking about being someone's
Can't have your
guest.
shirt tail out. You play with your shirt tail out, right, Ty?
I think I usually tuck it in when I'm playing with you guys, don't I?
I don't think you did. No, I don't think you did.
I don't want to get yelled at. Or
Yeah, you
talk
play out
down
a
to
turn.
them.
Yeah, you can't play ready golf. You play out a turn.
I had played out a turn one time, and we
and
did play
you-
ready
you
golf.
can't holler, no! when you hit one out of bounds, you don't holler at it.
Okay, first of all, Clay, it was not that word. It was an expletive that we can't say on this radio.
I'm trying to be nice.
And we appreciate that. So, hey, let me tell you quickly about.
I'm joking. Ty's okay.
Yeah, okay is the right word there. Let me tell you about the massive inventory reduction sale that winds up this weekend at Teeter Motors in Malvern. They got a big giveaway this weekend. They're giving away a Chevy Silverado 2005 truck. You can get the details. That is tomorrow when they give that away. They'll give you $500 towards the taxes on any car deals. You can get the deals this weekend at Teeter. But a massive inventory reduction sale. They've got cars. They need to move them. They got more inventory, more discounts, and over 200 in stock. It's all at Teeter Motors. You'll find them in Malvern, Sheridan, and in Mena. And stop by this weekend for all the things going on with the massive inventory reduction sale at Teeter Motors. They're in Malvern. You can find them online at teetermotors.com, where the deals are always sweeter at Teeter.
So what are our thoughts on this game tomorrow night? If you stop Allen, do you win this game pretty handily? You guys seem to think
you won't.
Yeah,
So.
you guys seem to think that Arkansas could potentially stretch this lead a little more. I've gotten a few texts on my personal cell this morning that think Arkansas is going to win a little bit more handily. Musk did say yesterday the first game is always the hardest to get it done, and sometimes you can get rolling after that. But New Mexico State, the Aggies, are going to come in tomorrow night in this KeyBank Center where Drew's going to be at, and they're going to come in thinking they can win, just like Vermont did last night. And Arkansas is going to have to fend that off in a variety of different ways, and stopping Allen's going to be the key, isn't it, Clay?
Oh, I think it is. Yeah, I mean it's they've got some other good players, but that's where they go. And hey, I'm gonna borrow an old phrase from a high school coach that didn't like it when somebody took over a game. He's like, "We're not running the I formation." It's like, Coach, what's the I formation? I got it. I shoot it. He runs the I formation.
That's pretty good.
JD can do it too. I mean, JD, that's part of the problem in the NCAA tournament. When you're well scouted, you can't run the I formation. You got to have people help.
That's what Stanley and Devo were able to do last
No
night.
question.
JD, you said it earlier, Clay. JD is so much better going to his right. Teams have picked up on that. He's got to figure out a way to get open going to his left. And I know he's less comfortable that way. I'm better when I go to my left than going my right. But for him to and not to what you said earlier as well, overdo it. You got to let the game come to you, and hopefully JD can do that tomorrow
Stay
night.
within himself.
Yep.
But I don't think New Mexico State's defense is as good as Vermont. Vermont really played sound defense.
Mm-hmm. And Arkansas should get some better looks tomorrow night.
I'll tell you what else I'd take again. That's 5 turnovers. So if you only have 5 turnovers against New Mexico State, do that. I think you limit their possessions that way. So take care of that basketball.
We will probably announce this later on halftime to Ruskin and Zach today and on our social media. If we had to guess, we'll probably be doing a pregame show from 6 to 7 tomorrow if you had to guess.
I think so. We ain't got the official word from Learfield when they're going to come on the air, but we'll be on at 6 till probably 7 tomorrow night, getting you ready for the game.
If you're if you're in Buffalo, if you're heading to Buffalo, Drew's going to be live across the street essentially at Draft House. I'll be back here as we get you ready, and halftime will get you ready, and Ruskin and Zach will get you ready later on today.
And if you're on the road spring breaking or whatever, always take us on the go at hitthatline.com.
Plus Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. For Tommy, Clay, I'm Ty. Everyone have a great weekend.
Level up your outdoor space today at your #1 source for backyard fun, Burton Pools and Spas. Cash and carry above ground pools start at only $19.99. Get up